Happy Monday, everybody. Can you guys believe that we are already into the second week? The second week of September? I mean, Lord have mercy. It is going to be Christmas in no time. It's just literally going to be boom, Christmas in no time. So, gang, welcome. Welcome to Marvelous Mother Tucker's Monday. I didn't forget the marvelous part, Karen. So welcome to Marvelous Mother Tucker's Monday. I'm here with my co-host, Garden Guy Bill, and the one, the only Kitsch Queen herself, ENAMOR Amie. How are you, Amy? So good to see you.
Good.
How's your week going so far?
I am just like looking forward to seeing you guys in a couple days, like in person.
We're going to see each other?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. I mean,
I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so. Oh my gosh. Bill, how's your week going so far?
Good. The long-awaited YouTube video was posted yesterday on the haul that I did a month ago on the way back from Pittsburgh. Literally everything was still wrapped in a Rubbermaid container, and I finally opened it.
It was like Christmas, wasn't it?
I'm actually bringing quite a few of those things.
Did you remember everything?
I remembered nothing. Like, I felt like a fool. Like, it was Christmas. It really was. I felt like a fool on that video because I couldn't contain my surprise. Let's just say that.
I'll speak for myself. I feel very tense because there's a whole lot to get done in a small amount of time. So I'm trying to just relax tonight and be cool and calm, but I'm a little tense because I know there's a lot to get done. So let's get the sale started, gang. Tonight's official mod and bid ender is the one, the only Karen Gillette. So when we get to her little avatar, I'll make sure to show you guys. There will be some odd caveats tonight when it comes to invoicing and stuff. We'll get to that in a little bit, but please, if you guys do purchase tonight, it is sort of important. So there'll be some more important information coming here once we say our hellos, and we'll get the sale started. So again, welcome everybody. We're so happy you're here with us on a Monday night. First person in the chat was Tumbleweed. How are you, Tumbleweed? And you know what? Tumbleweed's got it right. She's going to get a beverage. Everybody get a beverage, sit back, and just relax and get ready for a good night. Just have a great night with us. So, we're spanning the globe. Hello, Weirna. How are you? So good to see you.
Guten Abend.
Whoa, what was that, Amy? What did you just say?
Good evening. It's good evening.
Say it again. Say it again.
Guten Abend.
Ooh, all right. I don't know why I want to have like a beer and a bratwurst now for some reason.
And some Lederhosen. Yeah.
It's some Lederhosen. Yeah. All right. Hello, Mixed Mom. How are you? Good to see you. I live to make Bill laugh. When I can make Bill laugh, I'm having a doggone good day. So that's awesome. There's our official mod and bid ender tonight. Thank you so much, Karen Gillette. That's her avatar with that lovely little daisy right down there. So she's the lag that you guys are going to want to learn and beat so you can get those bids in right before she ends the auction and puts in bid end. So hello, don't you know? All the way from up north. It's so good to see you. We got Debbie D in the house. How are you, Debbie D?
Debbie.
Gang, get ready because here we go. It is my man, Gavin of Grady Grupo Vintage Recordings. If y'all are not following him, please make sure you are. He's my personal, not really personal, but he's my go-to DJ here on YouTube. So if for some reason you guys are not subscribed to Gavin's channel, which is Grady Grupo Vintage Recordings, he's the other half of the Gillette Corporation. So please consider giving him a follow. I know he's almost at 720, so he's really cooking the subscribers. And if you guys love music and you love vinyl and you love a turntable, you got to give him a check. You got to check him out. So Gavin, thank you so much for your continued support to all of our channels as well. So we have Grandma Mary Zadok. How are you, Mary? So good to see you. She's chasing that vintage, gang. The one, the only Karen chasing vintage. How are you? We got the lovely Tirza in the chat with us. How are you? So good to see you. We got Mama Pam, which we get to see her in just a few days. How are you, Mama Pam? So good to see you. There's Miss New Jersey herself. How are you, Steel Whisper? Good to see you guys. Happy Monday. There is my mother in the chat. How are you, Mom? Good to see you. We have Philomena in the chat. How are you? Good to see you tonight. Hopefully,
Jason, there's some shade in the chat when you get down toward the bottom.
Boy. All right. Then I'm going to start making sure that I'm reading everything. Sometimes I just highlight the stuff. So hello, Deanna Griffin. How are you? We got Zeus here with us tonight. So good. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Deborah Williams, how are you? So good to see you. We got the one, the only Blythe. How are you? So good to see you. We have W Design by Diane. How are you? So good to see you tonight. There's our other Vamp co-seller, the one, the only Taylor. So, and again, guys, while I bring that up, if for some reason you guys are not over on Vamp, you guys got to get on over there. It is the virtual antique marketplace. It was created by Misty, Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter, and Michael, the Cult of Vintage. All three of us sell over there. So it's a great platform. It's like an eBay platform. So all you guys got to do is register to be a buyer. All you got to do is claim the stuff, and then you'll get your invoice. So there's some really good things over there. So, gang, if for some reason you're not, please, you got to get over there and get over there quick, because you got to get the stuff before everybody else gets it. It's going fast. Trust me, it's going fast. So there's our friend Chris of My Broom Closet. So good to see you. I haven't seen any shade yet, so hold on here. There's Aunt Kiki. How are you, Aunt Kiki? So good to see you. Hello. Oh, there's Wanda. Meow, meow. How are you? So good to see you.
You'll know when you see it, Jason.
All right. We got Terry in the chat. How are you? So good to see you. There's Michelle. How are you? And Paula. How are you? Hello. Well, we wish you were coming to Springfield too, Taylor. We wish you were too. And if you guys see us there, make sure you guys say hello to us. So there's Shabby Wonder. How are you? Followed by Constant Crazing. How are you? And don't forget that too. Amy dropped her video yesterday of the 127 yard sale. I have not seen it yet. So if you guys are not subscribed to her channel and have not seen it yet, please make sure you do that. So let's see who else is in the chat here. There's Trendlin. How are you, Trendlin? Oh, pizza and beer. Two of the best things. So good. So good.
Pizza sounds really good, actually.
See who else is here with us tonight. Hello, everybody. There's the lovely Deanna, Northwest Sunshine, who's one of our backup mods tonight. Thank you so much. Hello, Pink Santa. How are you? Hello, Ariana of the Withering Cottage. So good to see you. And Amy, I got to tell you, she didn't, but I thought she was going to give it to me during your sale on Thursday night, because she pulled down Pink Santa and Tina gave me a look on the sofa and she was like, Jason, you're going to get it.
By now that she just pulls that down to tease you with it? She's never going to sell that to you.
No, well, maybe she'll just let me hang out with it. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. So
like,
be kind.
You can take it out to dinner.
Be kind, Oriana, when we meet. I'm a fragile fella, so please be kind. And don't throw me too big of a beating over the whole Pink Santa ribbing. So speaking of throwing a beating and always trying to keep me on the straight and narrow, there's my other half, Tina, from Mother Tuckers. How are you? So good to see you, Tina. Always looking, judging, watching. Good Lord. There's Dawn Steelman. So good to see you, Dawn. How are you? Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Lisa, how are you, Lisa? So good to see you here tonight. Hello, everybody. Oh, there is Desert Gal. How are you? So good to see you guys. Who else is here with us? Jenna Overstreet, how are you? So good to see you. Don't know if I said hello to Brenda yet or not, but we're just going to do it again. My mind's slipping in my older age. Is this Viva A? Am I saying that right? Do you think that's Viva A?
It's Viv.
Viv?
It's Viv.
Is it Viv?
Yeah,
okay.
Viv from Instagram. It's our Viv.
Oh, hello, Viv. See, that's what gets me. The crossover with the names. I can never always keep it right. So, hello, Brad. How are you? I'm sorry, Viv. How are you, Viv? Now I know who it is. See who else is here with us tonight. We're down there to the end. So, gang, before we get started, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. If you are not subscribed to my two friends tonight on the screen, please, the links to their YouTube channels is in the description. For some reason, if you're not subscribed to Garden Guy Bill, please, if you could do that. And for some reason, if you're not subscribed to ENAMOR Amie, please do that as well. They put out lots of great content over on their channels. Please, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'd greatly appreciate it. And please give us the thumbs up. And without further ado, Bill, you want to explain to these folks how it's going to roll here tonight on the sale, on the Monday night sale?
On the tube? I sure will. So we have a great evening planned for you tonight. 10 rounds because of our trip this week, but we brought some great stuff anyway. So first things first, we need to talk about the chat. I know most of you know this, but in order to maximize your ability to see the chat that is most recent and minimize the effects of the lag, please make sure you're in live chat. And if your device allows you, under live chat, make sure you're also in all messages not top messages. Another thing about the lag, especially if you're a chatter or you're someone who might bid, you want to make sure that you refresh your YouTube app often. And the way that you do that is you actually exit YouTube, you come back in, click on the sale, and then once again, make sure you're in live chat all messages. We love to hear from you. The chat is one of the reasons we love to do this, to sell vintage in this way. So if you know anything about what we're showing you today, feel free to pop it in, have fun in the chat. That's what it's there for. And most importantly, if you're someone who hasn't chatted before, consider that maybe tonight is the night you let us know you're out there, because we say hi to a number of people, but if you add up those number of people, there's still a lot of people who are watching that we don't know yet, and we'd love to hear from you. And with that, if you have any questions, just pop them into the chat. One of our great moderators will be able to answer your question. And if you want to get our attention, try to put everything in caps, and that'll be the best way for us to sort of see if there's something specifically that we can answer. So as I said, we have 10 rounds of offer up. That means auction style items today. Each one of us will go in turn and show you an item. We'll tell you what the start price is, and Jason is going to pin it right where our names are right now. And then bidding can commence. The bidding happens in the chat. All you need to do is type your bid in. We bid in $1 increments here. And while you're doing that, we will be describing the item. We'll hopefully be getting any information that folks in the chat know about the item. We'll tell you any condition issues that you need to know. And after we have a few bids on an item, we're going to move it along and we're going to start a countdown. We'll likely start with a 15-second countdown until we get a sense of what the lag is like. And then at the end of the countdown, whoever the seller is will say bid end. When we say bid end, Karen Gillette will type bid end into the chat, and the person with the highest bid before Karen's bid end receives the item. Now, you may be here to claim something specific that you saw, or we might end up showing you something that you didn't know we were bringing that you really want your best opportunity to get. So in order to do that, we offer an option called just in case. If you are an active bidder, during the countdown, you can enter a just in case bid. A just in case is the maximum amount you would be willing to pay for a particular item. Now, you may not end up paying that amount. If you are the highest just in case before the bid end, we will bid you up $1 over the next highest bid, or the next highest just in case if there are multiple just in cases. So you might put a just in case of $75 in, but if the next highest bid was $30, we're going to bid you up to $31, and that would be the price that you get the item for. But just a reminder, it should only be used once we start the countdown by people who have already had at least one bid in prior to the use of the just in case. A couple other things about the sale we like to always just remind you, and I think you all know this, but we want to say it. We're selling vintage items, so they are in previously loved vintage condition. We will do our best to point out anything in terms of its condition that you should know about. If you do bid, that is a commitment to pay. We would appreciate you following through with that. We're going to talk a little bit more about specific details about that, which is a little bit different for this week. And if you are someone who claims an item, we need some information from you. All three of us bill using PayPal. Now, you do not need a PayPal account to check out with PayPal. You can use the link that we send you via email to log out and make your payment as a guest. So what we need from you is your YouTube screen name and your real name, your shipping address, and your PayPal email address. And you actually don't need to be an active bidder right now to send us that information. You can pre-register with us, and that's a simple one email with these three addresses attached to it, and then we'll have your information for either tonight or for the future. And we do appreciate prompt payment, but I'm going to let Jason talk about how that's a little bit different for this week, because all three of us are traveling starting on Wednesday this week.
Yep. So we'll each go around and do our own bookkeeping notes and things like that. But there is a caveat this week. All three of us are going to be packing and invoicing tonight into tomorrow. So you will receive invoices from all three of us tomorrow. We need those paid by Wednesday morning at 8 p.m. because we're all going to be leaving town and we will be hitting the post office. Amy will be hitting it a little later in the day, but myself and Bill will be at the post office when it first opens. So again, with the invoices this week, a lot of times we wait a little bit. This week, the invoices will go out tomorrow, so you'll see them from the three of us at some point tomorrow. We can each say exactly when we plan to have them out when it gets to our turn, bookkeeping-wise. But we do need you guys to please pay for those items and pay those invoices as soon as you get them, because we're all going to try to get to the post office. Like I said, me and Bill will be there first thing on Wednesday. Amy will be there a little later. If you guys don't, they won't leave our possession for a week. So that means, if you guys get invoiced on Tuesday, you pay, they will not start going back out till the following Monday. So, all right, Bill, you want to explain to everybody who you are, where you're shipping from, all that good stuff?
I sure will. So I'm Bill, Garden Guy Bill from Northern New Jersey. I ship with Pirate Ship and PayPal. You've all heard that before. I am going to invoice before I fall asleep tonight. So I'm going to pack up everything after the sale, anything that's sold, and I'm going to send the invoices tonight. So when you wake up in the morning, you should have them. If you are able to pay before 8 o'clock on Wednesday, I'll get it out in the mail. If not, it's going to have to wait a full week.
Oh, okay. Hello, you guys. Sorry. The lag is always weird. All right. I am Amy of ENAMOR AMIE. Hello, you guys. I will be doing my packing and invoicing tomorrow as early as I can get them done. So you guys have some time to pay. I will be doing my shipping at noon on Wednesday. Noon Eastern Wednesday is when I'm going to be taking everything, because I'm going to be leaving after that. So noon Wednesday. But if you guys pay me early enough Tuesday, I might even do an extra little trip over there on Tuesday and get some stuff out sooner than that. I also only ship to US and Canada. I ship from Michigan and utilize Pirate Ship and PayPal only. So thank you guys so much.
I'm Jason from Mother Tucker's Antiques. I ship from Pennsylvania. Pardon me. I use PayPal and I use Pirate Ship. Again, like Amy said, only US and Canada is where I ship. I'll be getting up tomorrow early, packaging everything from Saturday's sale and tonight's sale. So if you bought from me on Saturday with Rochelle, you have an open box. If we can combine it so it's safe, it'll be combined. So I'll do all my packing in the morning tomorrow. And then Tina, when she gets home, she'll start invoices in the afternoon. So very early evening, you should start seeing something from Mother Tucker's. I also offer free pickup at my brick and mortar. If you guys are, in the Pennsylvania area and that's something you want to do, please make sure you note that in your email to us. Then we will not charge you for shipping. I also want to remind you guys of my brick and mortar. I have 40 active dealers. We are open Thursday through Monday, 9 to 5. And if you guys are in the Adamstown, Pennsylvania area or the Lancaster area, or for that sake, even the Philadelphia area, come on up and check out my shop. I got 40 active dealers that work really hard to bring you guys a variety of antiques and vintage. Bill's one of our dealers. The lovely Mary's one of our dealers. If you know Mary Cellis that comes into the chat, she's one of our dealers. So please come on over and give us a look-see. And I will be promoting our big extravaganza coming up at the end of the month, a little bit more, and some of our sales coming up when we get back from Springfield. So I think we covered everything. I think we'll get the sale going. If we miss something, we'll come back to it. Before we get started, there's some more of our friends that did hop in. We want to try to say hello to everybody, and then we'll get the sale started. So hello, Miss Debbie Gutierrez. I'm going to have Michael sit down and teach me that when we're together. So I'm going to see if he can give me a course on that. So we got Anne Marie with us. How are you? Hello, Dawn. So good to see you, Dawn. We have Cheryl with us tonight. How are you? There's Matthew. How are you? So good to see you. I think there were a few other names that I missed. Yep, there's Brad. Hello, Susan. How are you?
Susan is new in the chat, and there is another new name, Suzanne.
Okay.
She is up a little bit farther than that. It's their first time here watching tonight, so welcome, ladies.
Welcome. How are you, Adam? So good to see you. There's our friend Jan. So good to see you, Jan. Hello, Lisa Green. So good to see you. There's Spark Joy in Life. There's Audrey. How are you, Audrey? Good to see you. And I don't know, did I miss the other new person? There's Susan. How are you, Susan?
She's up quite a bit up there.
Okay. All right.
Suzanne is her name.
Suzanne
Roberts.
Okay. There's Lisa G. How are you? I don't know if I can get up that far. Okay. I'm not seeing it. All right. Well, thank you.
It's a little bit under where you're at.
Okay. A little under where I'm at. We're playing up. Oh, wait, hold on here. So
Suzanne Robert.
Viv, and then we're back at Lisa. There it is. Hello, how are you? It's so good to see you. Welcome, guys. And if you guys are new, you'll quickly see how it works. And again, make sure you're subscribed to everybody. That way it cues you in and you guys will get notifications when we all go live. So without further ado, Bill hates this, but Bill's going to start us off, and it'll be the lovely Amy and then myself. I don't know. I guess I just made that up. Maybe Bill's okay with going. It's Amy who doesn't like to go first, I think, right?
I don't really, it doesn't, no,
Okay.
It's Bill that doesn't like to go first.
It's me who doesn't like to go first. So that's why I tried to. All right, Bill. Hello, Greg. How are you, Greg? Good to see you, sir. All right, Bill.
So I just wanted to say, because I did see many of your comments, your kind words about my crazy video that I posted yesterday. So I do appreciate that. And I'm going to start out by bringing one of the little nuggets that I unpacked yesterday. I have this cute little pink candle hugger. Jason, this is going to start at $12 if anyone's interested. This cute little pink candle hugger. It is adorable. I found it all by its lonesome. Its partner was not with it. And typically these were sold as pairs. And Amy tells me that this is one of the Yoko Boki pieces from Japan. And it does have its mark on the bottom. I can say with certainty that this same little candle hugger also comes in white. I don't know what other colors it came in, but I have seen a pair of them in white. Thank you all for those sweet words. I appreciate it. And if you did see the video, this was like one of the first things that I unwrapped, and genuinely, I didn't remember that that I had it. Yes, Janet, it will sit by itself if you don't want it on a candle. It will sit flat, but it looks just darn adorable on a candle. So cute. I always put a little white elastic underneath the vintage ceramic just to make sure that, you know, they don't ever break. But how adorable is this little critter?
You could give it a little miniature bottle brush tree.
Oh, yes.
Like a pink one would be really cute.
That would be really cool. No chips or cracks, in great condition, but like a lot of these Japan pieces, that is displaced black paint underneath the glaze. So it is there, but look at that face.
God, you're killing me, Bill.
I know, just singing its heart out on this candle, hoping that you don't light the candle while it's still on it. He's like, please, please, no wildfires around me. But how cute is that? So cute.
I love him.
I'm actually going back to this store, you guys, on Wednesday, and I'm going to keep my eyes peeled to see if I can find the other one. It is really adorable. I agree. And I'm going to show these candle holders later, but just looks so good in like a pastel toned candle holder, if that's how you want to display it. But again, it can sit on a surface or on a bottle brush tree, like Amy said, or anything else. All right. Thank you for your bids. I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown. Whenever the person who goes first, we're kind of the ones who are testing the lag. So I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown. If anyone else is interested, now is the time to put your bid in. If you are an active bidder and you'd like to put a just in case in, that's fine as well. And I am going to, I have a little bit of McCoy tonight, a little bit, but not the stuff that I showed yesterday. Anyway, I'm going to start that countdown. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. So Nikki is in at 16 with a just in case of 35. Thank you. And again, like always, Karen Gillette is our bid ender, and there it is. So thank you, Karen. Sally, your 17 came in right after the bid end, so it's giving us a sense that we might have a little bit of a lag. So, Nikki, you didn't need your just in case. It's yours for $16. Thank you so much.
So good. All right.
All right, Jason, I have a choice to start out tonight at $10.
You got it.
And I have some really cool mid-century textile linen tea towels up tonight. So it's the same image, but different colors. So I want to show them both to you. I do have kind of a teal, green, black kind of color theme going on tonight. So these are mid-century tea towels, and they are French linen. And they are made by Zito. So the illustrations, so they are both signed down in the corner. Zito was a mid-century 1960s textile. So he did curtains and tea towels, lots of kind of linens and things like that where you would find his designs. And so your first choice is the blue and yellow colorway, and it's this little pup that is just begging for something to be put on his plate, which I love. So both of these did come from an estate sale. I did not launder these, but I do want to say that there is some surface kind of, I think how they were stored. They were never used, I don't believe, but they were folded. So when you unfold these, you will see like where they were folded, if that makes sense. Do you see that a little bit of discoloration? I did not wash these, but I feel like if you did wash these, most of that would come out. Okay. I did not want to wash the print and have to iron it. It was just how I found them. So that's the blue one. And the other colorway is green. There's the green one. So it is green and yellow colorway in this one. I love the linoleum kind of tile floor. I love that. Yeah. I wish that was in my kitchen. And then the fun canister set and the mid-century coffee pot there on the stove. So again, here is just a little spot that I believe would come out in the wash. So they are, neither one of them, I believe, has ever been used before. So the most of the linen tea towels, when they're unfolded, they measure 17 by 27 when they're fully folded out. So I'm going to unfold this one for you so you can see. So then the image is just on the front, down the middle. You know, I like to hang my kind of towels like this over the handle on my stove. That's usually where I put mine. But the image is just there, and then it has a coordinating colored stripe down there at the bottom.
Amy, I'm with Karen. These need to be framed. I think if somebody framed these,
that would be really cute to frame and just hang up in a kitchen. I agree. That would be really cute. Good idea. Good idea. All right. So your choices between the two colors, and you can see them next to each other. So we've got kind of a royal blue and then a darker kind of jewel tone green, but both of them have yellow in it. All right. So you guys are bidding on choice, and the winner can take one or both if they would like. We're going to count these down right now. Pamela is in at 25. So we're looking for 26 or more. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. And if you guys look up the designer here, Zito, you can see some of the other, like he was famous for like very atomic, very mid-century, very geometric. Sometimes would mix people and animals in his designs, but they're always really brightly colored. Really, really cool textiles. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. So Leslie had the high bid at 28, but Audrey came in there with a just in case of 35. So for 29, Audrey, let me know if you want blue or green, and you can certainly take both if you would like. Second choice is going to go to Leslie, and then after that is Pamela. So I can just pay attention to the chat. Thank you guys so much. All right, Audrey wants the blue one. You got it. So the green one is the next choice, and I can just watch the chat. Leslie, let me know if you want the green one. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy. My first round, I promised some folks that I'd bring some cats. So we're going to start out with some cats. They're going to be $10 choice. And the first one is made in Japan. It is this little trio of little Siamese cats. It's like that composition. It's like that, like almost that plaster composition from the late 1960s. And you can see it does say made in Japan on the bottom. There is a little bit of wear to the ears, but I would say that it's just that typical wear that we get with these composition pieces. Like there's like just a little flake of paint that's missing, but these cute little trio of cats, and it's actually a dime bank, a nickel bank, and a penny bank. And then they all end up in the same place, but the slots are the size for those coins. So super cute little cat trios. Like I said, I knew some folks were wanting some cat things, and I love a good Siamese cat. That was my first cat. So you can see there's a little wear at the paw, but nothing major, nothing major. They got these cute faces. Thought even with all the, oh, Dawn, I see in a 10. Sorry, I missed that. Even with the darkness on the face, I think these little guys, they remind me of the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil kind of figurines. And just the way they're looking, I think they would even look good in a Halloween display. So it does have its original rubber stopper. And we'll just turn it around here so you guys can see. Just remember, there is a little bit of wear to one or two of the little ears on the top, and then maybe there on the front. So it is that porcelain composition, kind of like the Christmas carolers and things that we see a lot of. So that was your first one. Then your second one, I've never seen one of these. I've seen one of the little ceramic thermometers, but I've never seen with these kind of cats. So it's like these, yellow kind of Siamese looking cats. This is made of all ceramic. I believe that it would have had a made in Japan sticker there, but it is long since gone. But you can see there was remnants of one. So it's in really good condition. And the little thermometer is paper, and it's actually glued onto it. And it's been keeping a very good temperature. So there you go. You can see those. No chips, no cracks. And this little guy measures just about 5 by 3.5. And then these measured about 5.5 inches tall by 6 across. So Paula, thank you. I see you for 12. So we're looking for 13 or more. So we'll just show them to you again for a moment here. So we got Pamela in at 15. Thank you so much. Here are these little kitty cats. Their faces are just adorable. Very sly kitty cats. Then you have the cute little flower down there. And then the bank is the trio. Nice sizes. So 16 or more. Let's go ahead and count these down. It is on choice, and we are doing just in case for active bidder. So did we do a 20 or a 15 count? Did you guys do 15 or 20?
I did 15.
I did 15.
Okay, so we'll go 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I used to have a big Siamese cat collection. That was one of my first collections as a kid. I remember buying a bunch of them, and they're long since gone.
Meow, meow.
Meow, 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 meow. So cute. I love these. I love them both. I think they're both different and so unique. So there's the bid end. Thank you so much, Karen. So we got Paula with a just in case of 30. Pamela, you had a 15. So Paula, let me know at 16. This one we're going to call thermometer, and then we're going to call the other one bank. So you can take them both if you were interested in both, or if you want the bank or the thermometer. And then we'll go back up to Pamela at 15. But Paula is in at 16 right now. So let me know if you want the thermometer or the bank, and you can take both. It's a quick staring contest. Oh my gosh. And then again, after that, Pamela, you'll have backup and choice. And then we would be back up with Dawn. So
she'll take the thermometer.
All right. We got you for the thermometer. Thank you so much. And then
actually,
Pamela.
That was Paula. Yeah. Paula wants
yes,
so Pamela's next.
All right. So Pamela, let me know if you were interested in the bank. Let me know if you wanted the bank at 15, and I'll watch the chat. And if you pass, then Dawn, that means you'll be on backup for the bank. So Paula, let me make sure it's Pamela. Whew, a lot of P's. Pamela, you're up at 15 if you were interested in the bank. So we will watch the chat, and we'll get you going, Bill.
$10, Jason.
All right.
And I did bring some pottery tonight. I have this really gorgeous planter here. And it's in great condition. I do want to point out that there is a chip right here in the paint, but it's a paint chip, not a ceramic chip. But it's got this gorgeous pattern on it on both sides. And if you turn it over, you see that the bottom says Floorline USA. Do any of you guys know what that Floorline USA is?
I feel like that is California pottery, Bill.
I wasn't meaning to trick anyone. Sorry. It is actually a line of pottery from the 1960s that the floral industry commissioned McCoy to make. So this is actually McCoy pottery. And if you see anything that's labeled Floorline on the bottom, this is a piece of McCoy pottery that was meant to sell directly to the floral industry so that they could then send out arrangements in the pottery. It is a really gorgeous piece. It's in their green mat, and I have two of the more unusual types of McCoy tonight, and this is one of them. This is, and the price is reflective of that little chip in the paint. This is 4 inches tall and 6 inches long. It's nice and super clean on the inside, just a little bit of remnants down there. It looks like, well, it was used to hold a plant at one point because that's what it was made to do. So it started its life as a plant holder. But these rectangular McCoy pieces, McCoy is much more known for circular planters and figural planters. So these can be harder to find only because they were only made for this one specific industry and only through the 1960s. They discontinued it later. McCoy ended up being a little bit more expensive than the floral industry was wanting. And it is a bit speckled. It's the matte finish. So if I get you up real close, can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's green. It's coming across as blue, but this is McCoy's green matte. Interestingly enough, the other piece I'm bringing tonight is also green matte. But the way that it gets that matte look is that they have 2 different color variations of the green in here, and then highlights on the design. Jason, what were you going to say?
I was just say, you know what those speckles remind me of? The way cinnamon sits in eggnog when you're about to drink it. That's the same.
First of all, you had to have a food reference, and secondly, you needed to bring up
Too early for eggnog references, Jason.
Oh, we're after Labor Day. We're after Labor Day. I thought we were good to go.
So the design is not on the sides, only on the front and the back. The bottom is glazed and the inside is glazed as well. It's in great condition other than the one area where there's that little chip in the paint right here. So thank you for your bids. I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown. And as I said, this is one of 2 McCoy pieces that I'm bringing tonight. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Yeah, it is speckled like a robin's egg. Yeah, I can see that. Look at that. I love the way robin's eggs look up close, but I never want to pick them up. Even when I can see that they've already been hatched, I don't know, I get nervous going by the nests. So there's the bid end. Jana, thank you so much. This is coming to you for $12. I appreciate it.
Well, hello, Sherry. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Sherry. I also have some pottery this evening. $24, Jason.
All right.
I have a gorgeous, I love the colors in this. This is a Royal Copley, and it is a planter. And it is in that kind of citron green. And then the backing of it is more of like a hunter green, a darker tealish kind of green. I love those 2 colors together. So mid-century, so good. So we've got the leaping deer on here. And if you're not a fan of the deer or like you want to change it up, it is just plain, just kind of very like mid-century kind of squiggles and squares, geometric on the back if you want to change it up from the leaping deer. But I think that this is such an impactful planter. And here's the bottom. So I will say that it does have crazing, okay? And there is a deeper craze line that goes down in here. It's just a little bit longer of a craze line. I wouldn't call it a hairline necessarily. It does not go through to the front, but it is on the inside. It's very clean in there. I'm not sure if it was ever maybe used as a planter, or if it did, it wasn't very long. There's no chips on it. The other thing I wanted to mention is right up here, it looks like there's a chip here on the corner. There is not a chip there. It is where the green glaze did not take. It is glazed over. You can't feel anything there with your finger, but it does kind of look like a chip, but it is not. Very lovely condition. It is a larger planter. It is showing pretty true to color on screen. Measurement for this is 7 inches by 6 inches. So 7 by 6. I didn't measure the opening. So the opening on it looks like it's about 2.5 inches there on the opening. Love it. Oh, put mail in it.
Yeah.
That is a really good idea, Dawn.
Yeah.
Put your happy mail in there, not bills. Bills are not meant to go in here. Sorry, Bill. But plants
will
or happy
say-
mail only, or stuff that you need to put out in the mail, I think would be.
One thing that I've done with this planter at Christmas time is put my Christmas cards in it, because when you have a couple of Christmas cards in it, the whole planter starts looking like Christmas. You can fool yourself that those are reindeer, and it looks really good.
I think so too. But I'm not seeing any interest. I will put this aside and bring it back at the recap.
All right, I'm going to move over real slow for that lag, and let's see. My next item, I see your
there it
two.
is.
I knew it. I knew it. Hold on here.
Always happens every time. All right, Karen, I see your 24. Thank you so much. And I do have some really lovely glass pieces that go with this that are coming up a little bit later. All right, we're going to count this down. Karen's at 24, looking for 25. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I love Royal Copley. I have quite a collection of Royal Copley deer things myself.
Like you both said, the glaze on these are fantastic.
So good. Yeah. Always very high quality. All right. There's the bid end from Karen. So Karen C., this is coming to you. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. I see your two planters, and I raise you a pixie planter. And I'm starting him at $10. So I got him for a good price. So we're going to start him at a good price. Guys, you were talking about Christmas. You could put yourself a bottle brush tree in there at Christmas if you have a non-traditional Christmas. But I got this lanky pink little pixie guy with his little leaf cart behind him, and he is a planter. So he is made in Japan. It's faintly or crudely stamped there on the bottom, made in Japan. He's in really good condition with no chips, no cracks. There is some roughness to this. This I've sold these style pixies before, and they weren't always the best at like roughing out the molds. The molds are kind of rough, and then they went ahead and painted them. So a lot of times with these pixies, with their arms being so lanky, they are prone to damage, but he's in really good condition. So Fish Mom, thank you. I see you in at 12. Jana's in at 13. This guy measures about 4.5 inches tall by 5 inches across. We got Caroline in at 15. Thank you so much. So like I said, 4.5 from toe to head, and then across he's about 5 inches. So this is probably an earlier 50s Japan when they started getting out of the occupied Japan into just the plain old Japan. It does have a very good high glaze to it. So there's your front. Here is your back. Again, I think he was used as a planter, but there's no hard water issues. And again, he's just a small little guy that doesn't necessarily have to be used as a planter. He can just, stand alone as a figurine, or if you wanted to put a bottle brush tree in there or a little air plant, I think that opening is just large enough to do so. So again, they did give him good details. He does have little buttons right there. He does even have the good eyelashes. Sometimes they did smear the faces, but they did a good job painting his face right there. And he is glazed, and he is that like mauve colored burgundy that goes into the pink. So thank you guys for the bid so much. So we're looking for 19 or more. What were you going to say, Bill?
I was going to say, Jason, for anybody who saw my unboxing video yesterday, this is the same pixie that I had on the slug or the snail. We couldn't decide what it was. But this pink pixie, I've seen at least 5 variations of it. So it was a really popular pixie. This is the one that also I was saying was on the stumps. So this is a good. This could
There's
be
a couple different kinds of shakers of the same pixie too. Just
I showed those yesterday too.
And then there's some on mushrooms.
Yeah. Yep. And what I love is these are the working pixies, because you wonder, is he resting on his little, wheelbarrow? Like, was he working the field pretty hard? Like, was he bringing in the cabbage, and then put some wheels on it? I don't know. And then there are some details here, some little swipes of yellow to give it some more detail. So 19 with Dawn. Thank you so much. We're looking for 20 or more. So let's go ahead and count it down just in case for active bidders. And we'll go 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 bid end. Looking for 20 or more on the Made in Japan Pixie Planter. I think he's cute too, Dawn. I just love this little guy. And again, great for Christmas, great for Easter. You can leave it out all year round. And you guys know there's always that pink tax because you don't find a lot of things in pink. So cute. I'm cute, Amy. He said I'm cute. All right, there's the bid end. So Fish Mom had a just in case of 21. She had the bid at 12 early on. So that means Fish Mommy's coming to you for 20. Thank you guys so much. All right, Bill.
Congratulations. He's a good one. Here is one of the shakers, the same one.
Buddy.
And then, I don't know, you guys. I was saying slug yesterday because it doesn't have a shell.
I don't know.
I kind of think that too, because a caterpillar, I feel like, would have antenna.
And little feet.
Well, gang, hang on 1 second. I think Jeff said that it's his birthday. So you know what happens here on Mother Tucker's when it's somebody's birthday.
Oh, no.
Happy birthday, Jeff. We're low budget here at Mother Tucker's. So happy birthday, Jeff, from all of us here at Mother Tucker's, low budget. And that's all we have. Maybe someday we'll have a generic one. But right now, when it's your birthday, it's still Bill's birthday. So, all right.
Yeah, I think inchworm too. That could be another thing. So I am going to bring something that I did unpack yesterday. A lot of you saw this. And I was definitely a fool when I opened this because I'm not going to split this set up. I'm going to bring them together. They need to stay together. And because I want them to stay together, I'm starting them at $32.
Right.
The reason I want them to stay together is because I did a lot of looking today. I haven't seen on any of the major platforms, including WorthPoint, a set that is still together. And I sort of feel like if I found a set that's still together, I'm feeling a little obligation to keep them together. So my apologies if you wanted just one, but I think they need to stay together. So I'm going to show you each one individually, but they're in amazing condition. I don't see any condition issues with any of them. These are a set of Norcrest kitty cats who are also angels. They all have little halos, and I love their halos because they're they're attached on one side of their head, but they're kind of floating on the other side of their head, which is so adorable. The kitties have little wings. They have little wings. It's adorable. So the two upright kitties both have a bow. This one has a yellow one, and this one, as you can see, has a blue one. They have a little bit different expressions on their faces, but they are super, super cute. The upright kitties are, why do I never look this up beforehand? They are 3 inches tall. And then they have a little sibling who just couldn't. It was a long day and they just needed to take a break. So the little sibling is down sort of in this position, taking its nap. But you see how that halo, like it's amazing. The wings are in great condition. The halos are in great condition and they're simply adorable. They all do have a numbering system on the bottom and super cute as a little collection. So happy that there are some people who are wanting to keep them together.
Oh, these are so stinking cute, Bill. How are you selling these? These are going to be so good. Christmas.
Here's what's crazy, because how could I not remember these? But I literally didn't remember picking these up. Well, I was so overwhelmed at that store anyway. I don't really remember much at all.
That store looked like so much fun to go to.
I feel like I would have remembered these though, but apparently I didn't, because I opened up this one and I was like, oh my God, how cute is that? And then a couple packages later, I opened up the other ones and I was like, oh my God. Anyway. So yes. So here they are. These adorable little kitten angels. I've never before seen anything like this. So thank you all for your bids. I'm going to go ahead and count them down. Yeah, Gina, they're in just really great condition. Someone really took care of them. Really clean, really cute. I agree. So active bidders can use it just in case. I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
These hit home, Bill, because we have a little area with our little fur babies that have gone over the the Rainbow Bridge, and these would be great to put with their ashes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just fits. Like, I know we all get the other, like, ain't normal, human angels to put with things, but these would look so good.
Well, now that you said that, Jace, you could have told me that before the sale, because I kind of think that would be good in my home too.
Yeah, I think it would. Yeah, it's real suiting. So,
but you know what? They're going to Wanda, so that's okay. That's okay. So thank you for the bid end, Karen. Wanda, you didn't need your just in case. These are yours for $38. Congratulations.
Such a cute
Congrats,
score.
Wanda. Okay. I have a harder to find piece up next. Jason, this is going to start at $30. Okay. And I have only had the pleasure of bringing one of these previously. So this is a Acme Japan flower petal pixie. Now they also made leaf pixies, and the last one that I had was one of the leaves. It was actually the fall leaf. Pixie was the last one that I had, and I came across her over the weekend. Very exciting to find this. So she is one of the flower fairies, and she is in the green. Now they did make this same kind of pixie in a couple different color flower petals, and she is Acme Japan, marked there on the bottom. Now I will say that condition for her, she is in lovely, lovely condition. There's no chips. There's not even any crazing that's present on her. She is excellent condition. Very, very pretty. And there is a whole series of different flowers. I think there's 6 different flower petal pixies, and then there are 4 different leaf pixies to represent the 4 different seasons. But she is one of the flowers. But they did come in several different colors and poses. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of possibilities for flea bites to happen on all those little petal points and those tiny little fingers, but there's no chips, no repairs, nothing wrong with her. She's in excellent condition. Measurement for her, she does measure 3.5 by 3.5. And Acme did a lot of ceramics in the 1940s. So that is the date range for her. And the fact that she survived that long without any damage is pretty amazing. 3.5 by 3.5. So she's not super large as far as figurines go, but she is definitely a special gal. And these do tend to sell pretty expensive for these guys. So, and I think that even though she is green, I think that she could transition into the fall as well, and definitely could work in your Christmas as well. So Leslie, I see you're 30. Thank you so much. I am going to do a countdown on her so we can keep it moving. We do have a lot of fun vintage to get to tonight. So we're looking for 31 or more. I am going to count her down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
She's just darling. I never see these. You're so fortunate.
They are hard gals to come across.
So good. I agree, Dawn. You're right.
All right. There's a bid end from Karen. So Leslie, she is coming your way. Thank you so much.
They look like those little girls in The Wizard of Oz, the Munchkins.
Oh, yeah. The sleepy ones.
Yeah. Yep.
I agree.
You're right. And gang, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. If you are not subscribed to Garden Guy Bill's channel, the link's down below in the description, along with ENAMOR Amie's channel. Please make sure you're subscribed to both of them. And Karen, thank you so much for being our official mod and bid ender tonight. We couldn't do it without you. So, all right, $20, and I have a micro mosaic. I've brought a few. I know Amy's brought a few. I know a couple other sellers have, but this one's really early. We can't determine how early, but when you see the back, you'll see there's some scroll work on it. We believe that it could be antique, that it hinges probably close to antique for a micro mosaic brooch. So it's in really good condition. I'll try to get it to focus a little better here for you guys, but it has very vibrant colors. It measures about 1.25 inches, so about 1.25 inches, and there's these little bouquet of flowers in the center. And let me allow some light in here so you guys can see. Then they have these leaf, almost fern leaf styles on the outside. And then the other one is like a fan almost. So Great detail on it. It's a really nice little ornate brooch with vibrant colors. You know, sometimes these can be awfully muted, but look, you can even see the little specks of white, like they did these little dots, and with the green, and then it has the pale pinks, and then those center flowers. One looks like almost a pansy, and the other one almost looks like a daisy. At least that's what we suspect they might be. So, Fish Mom, we see you in at 20. Thank you so much. Now, the back on this is what leads us to believe it's a little earlier. You can see all the great scroll work here on the back, and it actually
cool.
It fully says that it is made in Italy. And usually that means these are the older ones, some of the first ones. I don't want to exactly say an exact date, but we do think it's probably pre-1940s, but probably hinges on the earlier part of the 20th century. So
it does give that Italian tile vibe.
It does. It definitely does. Thank you so much. I see you in at 21. Let me close that and the way the clasp closes, it does close really, really firm here on the back. So don't worry about that. So excuse me. Give me a minute here, guys. Pardon me. I was clearing out one of our booths at a store today, and the dust was rampant. So excuse my voice there. I don't mean to clear it while it's live. So
that blue outline is so pretty around the edge.
It is. And it's a small little dainty one. And Marion, thank you so much for your 21. So we're looking for 22 or more. And as you guys see these, it's the colors. It's the contrast of all these different colors that I think makes it just, and they seem to be a little more expensive when they were original, when they did a little more of these colors and details. So you have a multitude of colors here, from the cobalt to the red to the blues to the black. So we are looking for 22 or more on the Made in Italy. It measures about 1 1/4 inches. So it's, we'll bring it out here. It's about the size. It'd be the size of an oblong. Hello, glowy girl. It'd be the size of an oblong quarter, if that helps you guys figure out the size of it. So 22 or more, we are doing just in case for active bidders. So let's count it down from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. We're looking for 22 or more on the 1 1/4 inch early micro mosaic, and it is stamped Made in Italy. The mid-century ones are just stamped Italy. The ones that actually say Made in Italy, they predate those. So, Fish Mom, I see you're just in case right before that bid ends. So Fish Mom, congratulations. It's coming to you for $22. All right. Thank you so much. All right, Bill.
$22, Jason. And it's not August anymore, but I think I have one last piece of amber glass for the season. I have this beautiful Viking epic 6-petal amber pedestal compote handkerchief dish. Really, really gorgeous. Matches all of the other 6-petal pieces in the line, and it's the 7-inch sized one. Now, I did preview a second one that I was going to bring at the same time. There's also a 6-inch one that doesn't have the base, but as I was cleaning it up, I noticed some condition issues. So if you saw that one, I'm not bringing it, although that one's much harder to find, but so pretty. The Amber Viking, I mean, just look at the way that it is shining. So there are always 6 petals on the bottom, and then you get one on each of the pulls. And that's why they call it the handkerchief, because it looks like a handkerchief that has been pulled. But when you look down into the middle of it, how stunning is that?
It looks like a flower.
It looks like
a flower. It's so
it just looks like liquid honey. Like it just looks like it's dripping off of it.
You know, it's interesting that you say that, Jason, liquid honey, because we always call this color amber, but we learned on Friday night that in the 1960s, Viking referred to this color as honey. Yep. So when this was manufactured, this was most likely called honey colored rather than amber, which is kind of like what we call it these days. But in really good condition, obviously no chips or cracks, but there's no scratching either. Viking does have a tendency to scratch sometimes, especially these pieces that were meant to be used. But just think about this dripping with, you know, your candy corn, your M&Ms, your
butter bits. Butter bits in that.
Cheese curds.
Oh man, you could just put a big dollop of cheese curds in that and just go to town and carry it around.
Curds. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Or you could place it in another vessel and use it as a cheese fountain. Just have the nacho cheese keep.
Or donuts in
You guys are
Springfield,
making
those little bitty
hungry
ones.
tonight.
Or we could respect the vintage glass and just use it for its beauty, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the countdown. Let me just get a little bit of black behind it. Because again, I think if you were doing Halloween or Thanksgiving displays, this is kind of like a perfect piece as well.
Yeah.
But also I think really good for the summer. I love this color in the summer. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown. Oh, yeah, I really like that idea, Pamela, using it for some potpourri, from seasonal potpourri. And that's the great thing about using glass, because it's not going to, pottery, that scent can actually be absorbed by the pottery, but the glass, that's not going to happen. So again, I'll start the countdown. We're looking for 24 or more. Laura just had cheese curds with oysters.
Oh, God, that actually sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about the oyster part for Bill. Hello, John. How are you, buddy?
John, we were just talking about honey.
Yes.
All right, so I promised a bid end. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. So Laura has a just in case of 35.
So good.
Just waiting for that bid end from Karen. There it is. So Daisy Girl had a bid of 23 with Laura's just in case of 35. It is Laura's for $24. Congratulations.
All right there, Miss Amy.
All right. I did bring some glass tonight. You guys know I typically don't get glass unless it's something that is special. So I also have some swung vases tonight. I have 2. So we're going to start with the smaller one first. And this is a Viking mini swung here. And if you can see it, it is showing true to color on screen. This is the charcoal smoke or the charcoal steel color. It is a dark gray. Sometimes in the smoke glass, it reads a little bit more brown, but this is the more steel colored, gray colored vase. This is starting at $40. Okay. It is a harder color to find, for sure, in the Viking glass. Some of the harder colors to find are the smoke glasses. There's a smoky blue, there's a smoky brown, as well. And so this is the epic drape for the pattern here, and it also has the tray foil, or the 3-foot for the base there. And it also has a sticker on it. We do love a sticker. And the mouth, I really like the mouth on this one. It's very stylized, doesn't really have any fingers necessarily, but I do really like that. And it's just a petite little vase, definitely can fit in some of those smaller spaces that you have in between some of your larger vases, or if you just have a small display. Actually, this is coming out of my personal collection. Deciding to change up the decor, kind of where I had this sitting. So I'm deciding to pass it on to somebody else. Now, measurement for this, it is 13 inches from top to bottom. There are no chips. I don't really see any inclusions. I did clean this. There's a little bit of something down in there, but it is fairly clean in there. I did use it as a vase a couple times, but it is still really, really nice to display. Again, and here's the other one that I'm bringing a little bit later. I love the smoke and the blue together. I think they're gorgeous together. And definitely for Halloween, this color would go great with some of your amberinas, some of your Ellie Smith bittersweet, I think would look really cool with this color too. So right now I see Lisa is in at 50. Thank you so very much. And again, it is 13 inches from top to bottom in the epic drape. Love it, love it. All right, we're going to count this down because we have a lot more vintage to get to tonight. So we're looking for 51 or more. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Oh, I see Tainer's in there at 60. Thank you so much, Tina.
Hello, Bree. How are you, Bree?
Hi, Bree.
Hi, Angie.
Taylor, she's holding her tongue. All right, there's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much, Karen. So, Tina, this is coming to you guys. Congratulations. Yes. I didn't even know that you guys were interested in this. Well, thank you so much.
We were sleeping on it. I think we're going to swap out one of our vases for that. So, thank you, Amy.
Lisa, your 61 did come in after the bid end. Thank you, guys.
All right, gang. I'm going to switch gears a little bit from mid-century glass. I have some antique. No, sorry. These aren't antique. These are close to antique, but they're vintage medicine bottles. So I thought these would be great for Halloween, and they are on the harder to find side. So if you guys didn't know, back in the day, and I was trying to research these to see exactly when they stopped, but McCormick and Company, which makes the McCormick spices, for a brief time, well, they made other things, but they also made medicines. So to find some of these bottles date to the 1930s, all 4 of them that I'm offering. So I thought they would be great if you guys collect vintage advertising, or if you're looking for something kind of spooky to add to your Halloween decor. So this one is the aspirin one, and it was always called the Reliable brand. Now, somebody has written on that, and I think they were writing their doses, or I think it says Tylenol on it. I think later on, once they were done with the aspirin, they put some Tylenol on it. So has its original paper label. This is the only one that is a cobalt bottle that I have. And it does have its original McCormick top, which is also very reminiscent of the McCormick spice tins, or the McCormick, like the little vanilla bottle jars and stuff. But they did bottle medicine for a while. So this is your first choice. It's just $10. And then here is the bottom. There is some embossing on it, as you can see. Again, they didn't make these for a very long time. And if you guys start to do some research on other platforms, you're going to see how hard these are to find. So that was that choice. Oh, and this bottle measures about 3.5 inches tall. So about 3.5 inches tall. You can tell it's 1930s style font on it. So that was your first one for 10. The second one, we will go with the Casterola, which is castor oil. You guys have probably heard that when you guys were sick back in the day, you'd take a spoonful of castor oil. So you can see it is made by the McCormick Company of Baltimore, Maryland, which that's where they were out of for a good long time. The bottle still has some in it, I believe, or something in it. But I just think it gives these spooky vibes. And these bottles have the Art Deco sort of lines on it. So again, I know a lot of folks do, decorate in their bathroom with different medicine bottles. If you know someone who's a doctor, they might love these. If they're a pharmacist, they might love them. But I was thinking how great these would look, if you had them next to a little cauldron, like you were mixing up like some kind of a haunted brew with Halloween coming on. So this one measures about 4.5 inches tall, and it does have its original lid, which is amazing. So we'll move through these pretty quick because it doesn't seem like there's any interest. This one's a little smaller one, and this one is the glycerin. It's the glycerin. I'm sorry, I was reading my notes wrong. It's glycerin, and it's the same era, as you guys can see. It is by the Reliable Company, McCormick tin. This one has its original lid, but it's just a little beat up. So again, they're $10 choice. I don't know what's in that bottle, but I'll make sure when we ship it, none of it gets spilled. But glass medicine bottles, especially with their original labels, are a little harder to find. Bill, do you know when McCormick stopped making medicine?
No.
I didn't know with your experience if you knew. I Googled and couldn't find anything. So this is I'm going to butcher this. I know I'm going to butcher this. Yes, Mercurochrome. Thank you, Amy. So this is the little Mercurochrome. This is good for all the little cuts and bruises you guys would get. And this is, of course, it does. It does. So, and you can still tell the bottle's still stained, but I just thought this would be great. Like I said, look at that. How spooky would this look in your Halloween display? So I think it just had a good aesthetic. And this one, of course, has the original top. It has a little dabber in there, so you guys could use it. And then here on the side is the R for the Reliable Medicine. Torture. Yes, you're right. And this little nugget comes in just at about 2.5 inches tall. So I'll show them to you again real quick. It was $10 choice.
Does
And trust me,
that glow under black light?
I don't know. I didn't try. I normally try to. No, it really doesn't. But I will tell you that the labels do have a slight glow to them. So if you guys had like a haunted Halloween kind of feel under black light, it would glow. The white does glow. So again, really quick, that was your fourth choice at $10. Then we had the glycerin, which was another choice. Lisa, thank you so much. I see you in at 10. And again, this is on choice. The labels are in super good condition from being from the 1930s. And like I said, I tried to research and to see when they stopped. The last that I could tell was the 1950s. And it was a short time that they did this. So maybe over 30 years. And you couldn't find these on any other platform. You found one or two, but you can't find a lot of them. So there was the castor oil. And then this one, I think, is my personal favorite, the aspirin bottle, which they did write in pencil. So if you were so bold, you might be able to erase that. But I think it gives it a good aesthetic. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. Lisa, again, it's on choice. We're looking for 11 or more. Top bidder can take 1, 2, 3, or 4. Like I say, a variation. So let's go ahead and count it down, monkey blood. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Just looking for 11 or more. The bid end from Karen Gillette. Thank you so much, Karen.
Iodine doesn't feel very good either.
No. Peroxide just felt weird. The bubbles and the peroxide just felt cold and weird. All right, so there's the bid end. So Lisa, let me know which one you want. This one we're going to call the aspirin, and you can take a variation. This one will just make it easier for you to type. You can just put in castor for this one if you're interested in that. And then this one, just put in G. We'll make it easier on you to type. Just put in G for that one. And then if you wanted this one, just put in M for that one. So it's easier. So we'll put M for the small one, and then we'll put G for this one. Just trying to make it easier for you to type. And then C for this one, for the castor, and then of course A for aspirin. And I will watch the chat, and we're going to keep it moving and get you going, Bill. But
aspirin and castor.
All right, you got it, Lisa. Thank you so much. We'll bring the other ones back in the recap.
So I have a choice round starting at 30 for choice, Jason. And again, for those of you who were kind enough to watch my video yesterday, you saw me unpack these. Totally forgot that I got them. I have a pair of the PY Anthropomorphic Sunflower Lady wall pockets. And they actually are a true pair because their eyes are facing in opposite direction. Now, if you know about these are the little ones. There is a mama sunflower too that would go in the middle. And if you were at a recent Instagram sale of mine, you probably saw me. I didn't realize I was going to find the babies as well. But they are adorable. They are in amazing condition. They do have their made in Japan mark on the back. They do have their hangers. And one of the things you should know about them, because it's not a condition issue, it's a manufacturing issue. So these do not sit. These do not sit. And the only way for them to fire these after they glaze them in the kiln is to put them upside down like this. And oftentimes you will see areas where the glaze doesn't cover, or there's a little bit of residue from where it was standing on the kiln. That's typical in these Japan wall pockets. These are in pretty good condition. I've seen ones in much worse condition, but you will see pieces at the top that aren't glazed. And because I don't have the full set, I don't have Mama with these two, I thought maybe if someone was trying to complete a set, this might be a good opportunity for you to grab the one, either the left-looking one or the right side-eye one if you wanted, or they look lovely together without Mama on the wall as well. They are exactly the same, except their leaf is in a different position and their eyes are facing a different position. They are fully glazed on the bottom, but they do not stand because they do come to a point, and you can see that beautiful airbrushing underneath the glaze on the leaves. But anthropomorphic flowers, if there was another collection I was going to start, this probably might be one of them. And if you have the Holt Howard book, the Dworkin Holt Howard book, there's a whole chapter on anthropomorphic flowers that many different companies made. So cute. These ones are in super good condition now. So just a little ribbon through those holes. You can keep the ceramic safe, hang them up. Look how nice and clean they are on the inside too.
These are amazing, Bill. We had these and sold them and always regretted it. I mean, once you guys get these in your home and get them on the wall, it's going to start you down that rabbit hole, and you're going to need more and more and more.
So it's funny, Jason, because when I put the 10 things together that I brought yesterday, that I'm bringing today, it looked to me like they all belonged in the same room, in the same home. And I was like, does that room need to be my home? Do I need to find 10 other things to bring? Because, you know, I'm fortunate enough that I get to sell things that I really, really love. So right now we'd be looking for 36 or more for choice. And I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown. So if you are an active bidder, you can use it just in case, or you can come on in right now. Thank you, Trina. That's amazing. Thank you. I always love hearing that. So here's the countdown. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Yeah, Dee, wouldn't it be fun if they just started singing with that little fairy that Amy just sold?
I'm hearing the Wizard of Oz song, like you're out of the woods, you did whatever song that was that they sang.
Yeah.
You guys are like, I think
we're off to see the wizard?
No, there was one part where you're out of the woods. Yes.
I don't
know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Leslie, I see your 37. Dawn, I see your 38, and there is the bid end. So Dawn, you have first choice. You could just let me know if you want the leaf on the right or the leaf on the left, and I will go ahead and watch the comments. Or obviously, you could take both. Yes, the Lollipop Guild. No, those were the boys.
Yes, that was that we represent the Lollipop kids.
Okay, Dawn, thank you. They're both yours. Thank you. What were the girls had a name? The Lullaby League.
Lullaby League.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Well, they remind me of the singing flowers in Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, yes.
That's what they remind me of.
Good
All
one,
right.
Amy.
I did bring some kitsch tonight. And if you guys don't know, I specialize in mid-century ceramics. And I think I've been selling mid-century ceramics for roughly 10 years or so. And I have never had the pleasure of finding one of these, starting at $40, Jason. So these are called eyelash kitties, and they do date to the 60s. And typically the ones that I run across are just a single cat with some chained babies, or they do make salt and pepper shakers in a little bit smaller size. But I've never found the conjoined kitties before, and these are pretty amazing. So these are made by Tilso, and pretty much the kitschiest kitties that you can get. But you can see that she has really nice, thick molded eyelashes. And so these are completely cold painted. They're cold paint airbrushed, actually. So these are very prone to scratching. They're not too terrible. There are a few little spots where there are some wear. So there is some sticker residue back here. I did not try and remove that, because if you put any kind of moisture or water or soap or anything on this, the paint will just come right off, because it is not sealed under any kind of glaze. So that is back there, but it is on the back. All right, so there's just minimal paint wear on these. They're in very, very good shape. I couldn't really identify any chips or flea bites. There is just a little rough spot at the very tip of this ear. It is just a little rough to the touch. Maybe it's just a little paint loss that's up there, but I wouldn't call it a chip. All right, and they are the Calico Kitties, and I thought, again, great for fall. The fall colorways, you could get a little felt witch hat and turn them into some little witchy kitties for your Halloween display too. But I can't get over the faces on these. They're just so cute. I love to find mid-century cats. They're some of my favorite things to look for sure. And like I said, they are made by Tilso. There is a number here on the bottom. There would have been a Tilso foil sticker that is not present anymore. And these are some larger kitties. So they do measure 9 1/4 inches tall and about 5 inches wide. All right, so very good condition. There is just a little bit of paint scratching in a few places, not really any super major spots of paint loss. All right. So right now I see Lisa 3 Corgis is in at 46. Wanda, I saw your 45 as well. So we're looking for 47 or more. I'm going to count these kitties down, looking for 47. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meow, meow. Bid end. So cute. It's the lashes. The lashes get me every time.
Yeah. And the one that kind of has the feminine look with her eyes closed, and the other one, yeah, it's so adorable.
All right. I am seeing a lot of just in cases come in there toward the end. All right. So there's the bid end from Karen. So as I see it on my screen, Wanda, you did come in after the bid end with your 78. So Leslie had a 47. Lisa had a just in case of 61. Lisa had a straight bid of 77, and Wanda had a just in case of 76. So because Wanda's 78 came in after the bid end, Lisa, this is coming to you for 77. Congratulations. Thank you so very much.
Guys, thank you for spending part of your Monday with us. We all greatly appreciate you all. Please make sure you're subscribed to Bill's channel. It's Garden Guy Bill. Please make sure you guys are subscribed to Amy's channel. It's ENAMOR AMIE. We made it very easy. Right below in the description, all you got to do is click on those links. It'll take you right over and click subscribe to both of them. And also, Karen Gillette, thank you so much for being our modern bid ender. So I'm going to switch from the kitsch. I'm going to go into a little mid-century, but it's going to be mid-century Bohemian glass. So it's this gorgeous, gorgeous. And let me tell you guys, when I say in person, it's better in person than what the screen's going to show you. I want to just point out one little imperfection. I don't know if it's a little impact or a chip, and I don't know how it would have gotten there. It's in here on the inside there. You can just sort of see it. Now, you can rub your hand over it, and it's smooth. It looks like it got against something, like somebody kind of hit the tip of it, but it didn't take off much or any of the paint, and it looks like just a slight little impact, but it's on the inside, and you have to look really close to see it. So $15, and this is some Bohemian cased glass, but it is white cut to cranberry, which you can see how rounded it was supposed to be. So they cut. That's what's so impressive about this. Let me show it to you sideways. You can kind of see those lines, those grains, let's call them. That is them cutting and sanding it to get, so it would have been completely bulbous and round like that. So that is some heavy millwork, let's call it, that they did to do that. And then they polished it. Thank you, Deanna, for the 15. And then they also did it to the top part here. And then they polished it. So, and they will polish it so it gets that clear, almost translucent, so you can almost see through it again. So it's nice, chunky glass. And I say it's mid-century because they started doing this for a long time. But in the 1940s, they started to do more of these rose-style details and some more of the gold details. If this was more earlier or 1940s, this would be a paler pink rose. Into the 50s and 60s, they started to do more of this style rose. Now, this is all hand-painted, and trust me, it can wear off. It doesn't wear off easy, but you will find a lot of these pieces where it is worn off. You can see where it's all hand-painted down here on the bottom. It's hand-painted all the way around. Even up here at the top, they almost did a mimic of a crown. Like it's almost a mimic of the top of a crown. So
Jason, the other reason that it's likely older is they don't make, in the Czech Republic now, they don't make the white cased glass as much because it's very expensive. The last time I was there visiting my family, we did actually watch an artist do this, but there are very few pieces available. 98% of the Czech glass that's the cut to clear that's made now doesn't have the white casing on the outside.
You are right. And a lot of it is cut to clear, and a lot of the newer is not that thick. That's what I was going to say. You can see how thick this is. A lot of the newer Bohemian glass got to be a lot thinner. So here is the base or the bottom. There's no real pontil mark because this is basically like molded. It's almost like pressed glass in essence. So what they do is they make it and then they cut that. And that's an art form that is a really awesome art form. And when you see, you can actually see through it. It's like window panes almost. So
it's so
it
cool
is,
to watch them do it.
It is. And then watching them polish it, and then they put it on, they hand paint it. A lot of these, they'll put them on a wheel so they spin around, and they're just doing all that paint work on there. Almost like a lot of the Bulgarian China, the way they do the painting, they mimicked it. So thank you, Dawn. I see you in at 16. And once you start with the bud vase, this bud vase measures just about 6 inches tall by about 2 inches at the widest point. Once you start with this, you can add multiple pieces for height. And again, when you do start looking into this to collect or to buy, you're going to see that a lot of the gilding style gold paint that they used wears off, and so does the detail of the flowers. So the flowers are in really good condition, and they repeat 3 times, just like the windows repeat 3 times all the way around. So again, it's a cute little bud vase. I'm dating this probably the 1950s, could be the 60s. If it was older, this rose would be a lot paler pink, and it would be more of a more like a 3-budded rose in one instead of just this one single bud. So, all right, let's go ahead and count this down. We're looking for 17 or more. We are doing just in case for active bidders. So we'll go from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. It has a very nice weight to it. They did sort of weight the bottom with the bulbous part. So if you did want to use it to put in some flowers, it's going to stay standing straight and not easily tip over. So Deanna's back in at 17. Thank you guys so much. And you can see the gorgeous cranberry there on the inside because it is cased glass. There's the bid end. All right, Deanna, congratulations. It's coming to you for 17. All righty, Mr. Bill.
$15 for choice, Jason. I also have some glass, and it's also white glass, but it's not cased, it's frosted. I have 2 of these beautiful hand-painted apothecary jars, likely made by New Martinsville, but I'm not going to say 100%. That's the manufacturer. They are 6.5 inches tall, and they have lids on them. Now, when you look online, many people call these apothecary jars, but other people are calling them candy jars or trivet dishes. But it appears as though most people agree that they're apothecary jars. They have this beautiful floral on it, which is probably a clematis, just based on the petal pattern. Really, really sweet, really sort of soft, feminine, romantic, and it is frosted glass. So the frosting is on the inside of the vessel. So the outside is nice and smooth glass, and they're on these really beautiful little clear pedestals. And I decided to put them up for choice because I didn't want to assume someone would want both or even one.
Bill, these are great in a bathroom for your cotton balls, for your Q-tips, all sorts of things you don't want the naked eye to see. These are great.
Yeah, but they do have some translucency too. So if you did want to put a little battery operated candle in them, they could be used for that purpose too. So really pretty. Again, a dresser for someone's dresser even. And they're both the same flower pattern. They're both obviously 6.5 inches tall, the same size. Just kind of glass that I don't typically come across. It does have this beautiful, as you can see, hand-painted gold rim. The gold is in really good condition. In fact, these are in really great condition. They're likely 1970s. And I don't see any scratching on the frosting because it is on the inside. So if they put anything on the inside, it wasn't something that was abrasive. Really pretty. And then, of course, you could display them from the other side as well.
These are so good.
Yeah,
so
I really think that they're cool. I mean, in another lifetime, these might be on my dresser.
Well, you know, Bill, the 70s look is coming back, and that's hitting it. That's that's checking all the boxes.
Yeah, for some reason to me, when I look at this really soft painting on it, I just get Karen Carpenter vibes. Like I want to listen to some Carpenter's music, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, thank you for your bid, Aunt Kiki. I'm going to go ahead and start a countdown. So if anyone is interested, there are 2, plenty to go around. And 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Because I don't think I put anything next to my head yet today.
You have to, Bill.
I know.
Requirement.
We're obligated, right?
Everybody's doing it, Bill.
Thank you for the bid end, Karen. So Aunt Kiki, thank you so much for your bid. Just let me know if you would like one or both. Thank you.
All right, Miss Amy, we're going to get you going.
All right. I was trying to decide what I wanted to do next. I think we're going to do the other swung base.
All right.
All right. So this is going to start at $70, Jason.
You got it.
My most expensive piece tonight. But she's a big one. Okay. I got to back up just to get it in the screen. All right. So this is an Ellie Smith and it is blue. Now the pattern on this is called solitaire. It is not the diamond point or the pineapple butt, diamond butt that is a little bit more common. This is called the solitaire pattern, a little bit harder to come by. And it is a big vase. This is probably the biggest swung vase I think I have ever found in the wild. And it measures just under 17 inches. And I did not measure the mouth. The mouth opening on it it's a pretty big one. It is 6 inches. 6 inches for the mouth opening on that. And it has a captured bubble right here at the top. I like when there's captured bubbles in here. I don't know. Some people don't like that. There are a couple areas of captured flint in here as well. There's no chips, no cracks. It is really lovely condition. I did clean this with a denture tablet, so it's nice and sparkly in there. There's the bottom for you. It is amazing, amazing condition. That's the only thing with getting big things is that it's very hard to show on camera. But this was a whole thing that inspired my whole colorway of things this evening was this vase. I've been waiting to bring it to a sale for a little bit, but I do love the blue. I think that's probably my favorite color in the swung vases is definitely the blue for sure.
Amy, you know what I see in this, especially with Christmas coming up? If you guys have some of those tree branches for aluminum trees that are extra or you're not putting one up.
The extra aluminum. Yes, silver and this color just look amazing.
Yes.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, and I forgot to do this with the smoke one as well. It does glow. It glows green under UV light. It is kind of showing. It's not super bright as much as it is in person, but it's kind of that kind of eerie, kind of alien-y green that it glows. And typically this vase does go for close to 200, but I got a pretty good deal on this vase, so that's why I figured I would pass it along. Yeah, these go really, really high on eBay. They go crazy for this particular pattern. For the it is called the solitaire. Solitaire pattern is a little bit harder to come by. There is bittersweet in the solitaire. Bill, do you have this?
I don't have any vase in that pattern.
You don't? Yeah. And most of the time it is in the larger vases. Most of the a lot of the floor size vases, the really, really big ones, and some of the larger ones have this particular
and what's great about the solitaire pattern, and it's not this case in all the Ellie Smith patterns, the pattern is applied before it is pulled. So that's why you see those striations on the top.
Yeah.
Like in the diamond point, you don't see that at the top because it's smooth. But this one's really neat because the pattern is applied, then it's pulled or swung.
It's definitely an impactful. And I love it with the smoky one too. I love it with those two colors. All right. So I saw Blythe was in at 70 and Lisa is in at 71. Thank you so much. Again, it does measure just a hair shorter than 17 inches tall. And I do believe this is probably the largest vase that I've sold. So we're going to count this down. If you're bidding, I do encourage you guys to use those just in cases because we do have a lag this evening and we're going to count it down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Amazing, Amy. This is so good.
Thank you. I really don't come across the swung vases very often.
But when you bring
So-
glass, you bring some doggone good glass. Let me tell you what.
It's got to be special for me to pick it up. All right. I see some just in cases come in there right at the end. There's the bid end from Karen. So Janet had a 72. Blythe had a just in case of 80, but Lisa came in there with a just in case of 85. So for 81. Lisa, this is coming to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
So doggone good. All right, gang. I'm bringing my kitschiest item of the evening right now. Yeah, just $18. And Bill, please don't get mad, but when I pulled him for the sale, he just said, "How can you sell our mini little Bill?" Like it kind of. So Bill's no longer going to be our friend, but just $18. Now he's gone. Bill left. Don't come back, Bill. Come back, Bill. But come on. How can you, this face, he's so super cute. Now, guys, I tried to do some research on it. I couldn't find a ton of information. Some people thought these were one of the dwarves from Snow White. I don't think it is. There's no real marks on it that I could find. There's no Hong Kong or anything. Now, his head does swivel, so his head does swivel and does move. He's getting a gnarly glare. So all the coloring on his face is in really good condition. His whiskers are like that synthetic wig style hair, and it's in very good condition. His head does move. He measures about 8 inches tall. So about 8 inches tall. He's not a squeak. He's just like a little rubber toy. So if you were looking for a cute little gnome, I thought with the colors, it's like this burnt orange, and then it has like a brown or a blackish brown. I thought he'd be good in your fall decor. I thought he'd be super cute in your fall decor. So I'll tell you, the little fella has some buns of steel. Let me tell you. I mean, he's been, working them buns so that, he's good to go. And he does stand. He does stand on his own, so you don't have to worry about that. You can definitely stand him up in your display. So Pamela, thank you. I see you for 18. And again, how can you not with that face and that cute little mouth? And he kind of has. He doesn't really have like.
Does he have a marking on the bottom?
No, Amy, that's the thing that I can't figure out. Like here,
I'm pretty sure he is made by Zoho, Zoho, and then he would be a German gnome.
Okay, that would make sense. I couldn't find anything. The only thing I can find is that there's a little number 2 up here under his hat. So, of course, we all do the Google image. We all do all sorts of other things. I couldn't find anything. I found some that were similar, so maybe you're right. Maybe the company did make some of these little German gnome guys, and they kept referring them to some of the dwarves in Disney, but usually Disney marked their thing. So again, he's just super cute, the cute little face. And what I was saying is that these aren't little teeth here. He's got this weird little pucker and this smile, and then it comes all in together so you guys can see. That's like his little chin up in here. It's like they pulled his chin up into his cute little mouth. Super cute. So again, if there's any major paint loss, just a little bit right there. He is squishy, so he is rubber. And Amy, what was the name you said again?
Zeho, Zeho. Zeho.
Okay. And
they did a lot of the gnomes in the plastic. Some of the like lawn decor. They also did deer, hard plastic deer.
I'm looking him again over the light. I looked all over. I've had this guy for a hot minute. He's hung out with us for maybe the better part of almost a year. So I couldn't find any marks on him. All there is that little number 2 on the underside of his little cap there, and he's just cute as the dickens. So hang on here. Let me show you how he does stand. He will stand here on his own. So if you guys want to put him in your displays, you guys can. Really cute, great for this time of the year. I love his chubby hands. I love those chubby little hands on him. And Bill's I feel like Bill, I'm sorry that we thought he was our mini Bill. So I would be happy if this was me. I think he's super cute and also jolly and a nice little guy, but with time.
Well, that's all right. In the next round, I'll show everyone my mini Jason.
Oh God, Bill, you don't have to hurt. You don't have to hurt. And mind me, that was Tina who said that it was mini Bill. So if you're coming at anybody, you got to come at Tina, not me. Well, maybe me because I was the one that said what Tina said. So, all right, we're going to count him down. We're looking for 19 or more. Pamela is in at 18. Thank you so much for the bid. We'll go from 20. We'll go 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Don't hate on me, Bill. Don't hate on me.
I was trying to see if I could find him or one that looked like him, and I can't find him.
I tried, and then I gave up. I tried, and I gave up. So there's the bid end. So Pamela, he's coming to you for $18. Thank you so much. All right, Bill, here we go. Now I'm going to get to see the mini Jason.
No, I'm actually going to bring that guy's little forest friend. And if anyone's interested, this is going to start at $18.
Okay.
People thought earlier that my little pixie was on an inchworm, but you didn't actually know I was going to bring an actual inchworm tonight. I have this gorgeous art glass inchworm in a very beautiful green color. I'm going to put some colors behind it so you can really get a sense of it. And I got him a while ago, but I was saving him for a display actually that I just posted on Instagram. So now he can find his forever home because he has served his purpose in my home, but I love him. He is 3 inches tall and 4 inches long. That's what he looks like with the black behind him, in great condition, no damage to his little antenna or his body. He's just super, super cute.
Did you say who a maker was, Bill?
I don't know. And it just occurred to me that it might be a maker.
Rainbow?
I probably should have done my research on him.
I think it might be Pilgrim. I think they think Pilgrim, because they did that green a lot.
Yeah. So, and it's actually what I love about it, and I'm going to try to balance it. It's really sculpted well. Can you see here how he actually has movement? Like these 2 little segments are lifted up off the ground. So it really gives you a sense that it's moving forward. Super cute from all angles. And yeah, again, in really good condition. In terms of its size, it's a nice, it literally could sit at the feet of that gnome you just sent and be his little forest friend. So in a sort of forest display, if you had mushrooms, look how good it looks on top of a white surface, a white pebbled surface.
Bill, that's got to be one of the 2 companies that Amy or I said. It has to be.
No, Jason, even the minute you said manufacturer, I was thinking, oh, why didn't, because honestly, this really does look like Pilgrim's Green, like the whale that that Pilgrim makes. And now that I think about it, there is no sticker on it, so I don't know. But it possibly.
I only said rainbow because of the way that his little feelers are pinched at the top.
Yeah, maybe that too.
It's definitely a West Virginia company, Bill. This is really good. Man.
Yeah, I love it. He's really fun.
Oh God, great for your fall decor. Great to put little faux.
I've never seen a glass inchworm.
Inchworm, right? So that's why I really picked him up. He's really, really cute. And if you go over to Instagram, you can see the display I just had him in. Everything in the display had to start with the letter I. So that's why I had him. So I'll go ahead and start that countdown. Thanks, everyone, for your bids. If you're an active bidder, obviously, you may use it just in case. And I'm going to give you a nice big close-up while I'm doing the countdown. Stand up, buddy.
It's your moment in the light, pal. Let's do this.
Shine, shine. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Jason, he definitely has those olive undertones of the Pilgrim glass. I can see it in his neck and in the antenna.
I thought for sure you were coming in dropping names with him, and when you're like, oh, I was
yeah, for some reason this kind of escaped me today. Okay, so thank you, everyone. A whole bunch of stuff came in there at the end. I see Pamela with a 20, Noelle with a 23, Dawn with a 26, Toby with a 30, Taylor came in with a JIC of 65. So Taylor, this is coming to you for 31, and hopefully it doesn't go to the state of Washington before it gets to you this time.
Man, yeah.
Thank you,
I've heard about that travel.
You guys, both of you always find glass critters I have never seen before, both of you.
But we live so close to West Virginia.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's true. All right, I have a choice up next, Jason, at 28.
Okay.
And I always like to bring some pixies when I sell with Bill. So these guys, I loved their fluffy, furry hair that they have going on. So these are larger, as you can see, these are larger pixies. And these are made by Dabs, D-A-B-S, Japan. The black one here still has the foil sticker present on the bottom. The green one does not have the foil sticker anymore. They're both in really nice condition, and so is the fluff. So the fluff that's on their heads is dyed rabbit fur, if you're sensitive to that. I want to let you know. So the green one has a little bit darker, so it's more of a black hair, and then the black suited pixie has more of a dark brown. And they have little freckles. I love the way that their faces are painted. Nice big lashes and eyebrows, of course, and their little suits. I brought these guys tonight because of the colors of their suits. Again, I was thinking kind of fall. You could definitely use this guy. You could definitely put a little witch hat on him, and he could be a little witchy pixie if you wanted him to. I mean, pixies are great at Christmas time, don't get me wrong, year round, but you could definitely incorporate them into your kind of fall decor as well. So we're going to turn them around to the back, and so you can see the detailing. Now the paint is really good on these. Not very much going on at all. I think maybe there's just a little scratch right there. But otherwise they're in really lovely condition. These do date to the 60s. Dabs Japan. Dabs Japan is one that doesn't come around super often. They did do Christmas kind of ceramics. They did do several different kind of stylized pixies. They did some angels as well. That's pretty much all I've seen from them, although I'm sure that there are some other pieces that are out there that I have not come across before either. So Blythe is in at 28. You guys are bidding on choice of either the black suit or the green guy. So measurement for these two, they are around 3.5 by 4.5. So they are a little bit larger pixie friends than
Kim. I have reverse baldness. That's why this happens.
Yeah, we don't need to look at the back of the pixies. I think that the front of them is pretty fabulous. I love their little fluffy fur. They kind of remind me of Captain Spock.
Just like love us from the front, not the back.
Yeah, I know. Love
Oh
us
my
from the
gosh.
front. All right. Pilgrim glass on the intro.
Yeah.
That's good to know. All right, so we're going to count these guys down. Blythe is in at 28, so we're looking for 29 or more on choice. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. Maybe I should stop bringing pixies when I sell with Bill, because I'm always feel bad.
What, you feel bad because I don't have these?
Oh, maybe. I mean, because somebody doesn't ever let me know when they don't have something ahead of time.
Well, I can't have all of them in the world. I have to share.
All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Blythe, you're just in case they come in after the bid end, but you didn't need it. So choice goes to you, my friend, at 28. Let me know if you want green, black, or both, and I can just pay attention to the chat. Thank you so much.
All right. Bill, is Blythe going to know if she wants one or two?
I think she probably does.
I think she does. All right. I'm going to do this $20 choice. I have some Fenton for you. They're similar, but they're different, and I'll explain why. She wants them both, Amy.
Got it. You got it. Thank you.
I'm dating this to probably the 1960s. That's when they did a lot of this amber crest. Okay. I actually got these in the summer when we were at the Jersey Shore and have been holding on to them until this time of the year because I think this is a great color for your fall decor. So I have two of them for you to choose from. You can see they do look similar, but the crimping style is different. Okay. That's a 3 crimper right there. So you can see that it's pinched 3 different times for the crimping. And then this one is pinched 6 different times. Okay. Now they both stand about the same. I think they both came from the same estate when I acquired them, but you can pick one or two. That's why I'm selling them as choice, because some people really love when they flute them this way with the crimping, and some really love it when they flute it that way. But I think they look well together and would look great on a mantle. Thank you, Dan. I see you in at 20. They are not stamped Fenton on the bottom, so these probably would have had a paper label. And again, this amber crest was very popular in the latter half of the 1960s, okay? Toby, I see you're 20, but we're looking for 21 or more. They measure both about 8 inches tall, so about 8 inches tall, and they both measure just about 5 at the widest point. So you can see they are very clean on the inside. I'll show you this one first. There are no chips or any issues at all to the smaller crimping or the lace part. A lot of times that's referred to as the lace on the top. So there's that one, very clean on the inside. And then this one is the 3 pinch, and that's very clean on the inside as well. So again, very popular. A lot of the different crests that, Fenton had made from the, they did an aqua, they did a silver, which was the clear at the top. But I think these are just great for fall. And you can do all sorts of different things with them. You could put little bouquets of flowers in. I think they would look great standing alone. You could even, if you wanted to, the way they sit, especially that one, you could put a little pumpkin on the top of it if you wanted to. But again, it is this gorgeous milk glass. And then it has that gorgeous, this is very honey, but it's very transparent, so you can see through it. That's what I love. And it very much does go well with the honey amber of Viking. So if you wanted to mix and match, or these also look great. I know we've been talking a lot about stacking glass. These look great if you put them, see, look how good they go together. It's almost like the companies were mimicking one another back in the day, especially the ones in West Virginia down there. So, but again, this would look great if you stacked it in maybe a compote. Maybe if you guys had a...
Did you have a smaller piece of that?
I did when we sold together. I did, and I found them at different times. So again, this, and I have a bigger compote that'll come to another sale. These two in the compote were found in an estate down in New Jersey, and I think they've lived a life together. So let's go ahead and count these down. We do have a tie. Toby, if you are interested, it would be 21 or more. We are doing just in case for active bidders. No damage, 21 or more. Let's count it down from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I see you, Noel, at 22. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 23 or more. Or the bid end from Karen Gillette. And guys, bid ends are for the active bidders. And whoever wins can pick 1 or 2. Thank you, Noel. I see you're just in case. Thank you guys so much. And there's a bid end. All right. So, Noel, you got first choice at 22. We're going to make it easy. Since that one has the 3 crimp, we'll call this one 3. So that one is 3. And then the other one we'll just call 6. So both of them, Noel. All right. They're staying together. They're going to look great. Send us those pictures, Noel. We can use them for fantastic finds. We'd love to see what you do with them. Thank you, guys.
So $22, Jason. And I am so super happy to even have this piece. I've never had a piece from this line of McCoy before, and I've had some McCoy in my life. This is from a limited line of arts and crafts pottery that McCoy made called Vesta. And all of those vases, they're all vases. This is actually one of the smaller vases. It's 8.25 inches tall. All of the vases have this really interesting design, this arts and craft design on 2 sides. Really, really cool. Now you can see that originally there would have been a little bit of gold paint on the top of these raised areas. On this piece, it's not present anymore, but it's also super old McCoy. There's not an exact date for this line. People suppose it's the 30s or 40s, and that would make sense based on the design, but it's really gorgeous. And just like the McCoy piece I showed earlier, this is also in the matte green. The difference is you don't see that same sort of speckling that we saw on that planter earlier. It's really just a flat matte green, and it's in great condition. There are no chips or cracks. McCoy did not mark these pieces, but really, really cool. It's called Vesta, V-E-S-T-A, Kim, Vesta. So it's the Vesta Arts and Craft in the green matte. Now this also came in, these vases came in other sizes, obviously. They also came in an apricot color, and then they came in a white color with gold speckles on it. So really, really fun. Yeah, I love the idea of trying to learn things. That's a sticker residue.
I'd have passed this by. I would have never thought that, unless you felt it. If you felt it, you would know. That's how I knew that piece was Roseville. Once you feel these pottery, it's almost like glass. Once you feel it, they all have their own distinct kind of feel to them.
Jason, I can guarantee if you picked this up and you felt it, you would not pass it by. It is.
I've seen that before, but not knowing that it's McCoy because it's not marked. I didn't know what it was.
Well, right. And so, both the pieces of pottery I brought today are McCoy, and neither of them said McCoy on it. And that's one of the really hard things. And, I think a lot of people know that if you see the word brush on the bottom, that's McCoy as well. It's just a different type of McCoy. But anyway, I could talk about that all day, and I'm not going to. I just think this thing is lovely. It's the first Vesta I've ever had. Look it up. You can see all the other really interesting shapes. And that's what's also great about this is this sort of was a departure of all of the traditional McCoy shapes. They just went all in with these really 1930s, 1940s aerodynamic shapes. They can sort of remind you of like how they used to build the old planes back then. Really, really cool.
Yeah, it's got a good look. It speaks to the era. It definitely does.
Yeah, so pretty. Yeah, that's something I might do. I don't know how bored. I keep telling Amy to write a book on ceramics. Maybe YouTube videos would be easier to do. I could talk about McCoy all day, but it doesn't look like there's any interest. So we'll bring it back at the recap in a little while.
All right, Amy.
Okay. $20, Jason.
You got it.
All right. So I'm very matchy with this particular lucite flower tonight. So this is a little bit different style lucite flower napkin holder, letter holder than we typically see. Usually it's the wider style flowers with the leaves that go out of the side. This is kind of a taller daisy, and I love the bright green and the blue with this. Actually, this I picked up last year in Springfield, like on the way to Springfield, shopping with Jason and Tina. We shopped at, I think we shopped at an antique mall in Columbus, Ohio, I believe. And I picked up this kind of groovy bell sleeve top there. But I love these two colors together. It's really, really groovy and great. Like I already showed this, but it just looks so good with the mid-century. And you don't have to use this as a napkin holder. You can use it just as a display piece to kind of add some different elements in with your other kind of pieces. And measurement for this, it is 5 1/4 inches tall by 4 inches, kind of to the widest petal there. And it does have, this was the remnants of the manufacturer sticker. All of the writing on there has completely faded off of there. So there were like at least 3 different manufacturers that made these lucite napkin holders. Sometimes we see the owls, we see the flowers, there's fruit. There's a couple other different variations of those as well. And because it is lucite, it glows that weird sickly green color. If you put lucite in your blacklight displays, a lot of people do, some people don't. But I really like this. Just groovy flower power. Love it. Yes, it's like a weird, eerie kind of spooky glow. I don't think it's really glowy necessarily as in like something that's like amberina that glows super bright or Vaseline glass. It's not that kind of a glow. It's just kind of a subtle glow. All right. So Robin, I see your 20. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 21 or more. I am going to count it down. We still have a couple more rounds to get to tonight. So let's count it down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
Amy, these are so hard to find. You do not find this sculpt
No.
that often. These are they're so popular now again.
All right, there's a bit end from Karen. Robin, you did not need your just in case. This is coming to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. My next item is going to start at $20, and I'm bringing something different. I'm trying something different, so we'll see how it goes. This is a vintage, and when I say vintage, this wooden box, probably 40s, more so maybe 50s. I think it's even 50s, even though it reads very groovy 60s, and I'll explain to you why. It has the original Made in Poland sticker. So it has the original Made in Poland sticker on it. I was doing a little research on those Poland stickers. A lot of those stickers were used in the 1950s, but this is a wooden box, can be used for all sorts of things. It does have a keyhole on it. I have no key to it, and the locking mechanism doesn't really seem to be working. So even if we had a key, I don't know that it would work. So a unique little stash box, a unique little glove box or jewelry box. You could even use this to hold things like if you guys had cigars. I don't know that it would be a humidor, but it'd be great to hold all sorts of different paraphernalia in that realm. So it is made in Poland. I believe that in the essence that this is burned in there. Okay. I don't believe that that's, it could be half burned. It could be half turned in there, but I'm not sure the exact style of the wood. I feel like it is like a form of a, it is the flowers. It is a very, you're right. The flowers are very flower power. So you can see it is stained in this walnut color. Although I don't know that the wood is necessarily walnut. I feel like the wood's more of a light cherry, or maybe like a light. Bill, what do you think? Do you think you would know what kind of wood? I don't know. I don't think it's cedar, but it's this gorgeous.
Not pottery. I don't know, Jason.
Okay. It does.
I can't help you either, Jason.
Well, it does have a little hue of cedar in it. And I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say I do believe it is a cedar box.
I thought we agreed wood was your category.
Right. Well, but no, wait a minute. I'm okay. Well, all right. Wood will be my
one of your categories.
I do believe in, and I do believe in smelling it. I believe it could be a cedar box. So it would be great to use for all sorts of different things. You could use it as a jewelry box. Again, you can see that the hinge inside is a little bit older. I was bringing it more so for the aesthetic and the look. I think it's really got a very mod mid-century kind of look. Again, with the label on it, I believe that it's 1950s. Could be the very early of the 1960s. So the measurements on this, and again, I'm taking a chance on it. It does. Thank you, Philomena. No, I don't think it is pine. I think I'm going to go with, I'm feeling like it's cedar, although it's not like the cedar that hits you right away. It took a little bit.
Sometimes you have to sand it. When you sand it, it releases the oils again.
Right. You're right, Bill. Thank you. So it measures 11 across, it measures 7 down, and then when it sits on your table, it measures just about 2 3/4 inches tall. So again, I thought some of our folks that like other things outside of, ceramics or glass, I thought this would make a great addition if you guys are looking for a riser. I think it would be great in your fall decor. I think you guys could just use this as a stash box and store all sorts of different things on the inside. And again, the fact that most of these don't, and if you guys look and do some research on these boxes made in Poland, a lot of these are then painted. So this one was not. It's high lacquered. I believe that there is some, thank you, Kelly, for the 20. I believe that it's not one of the, I'm drawing a blank, not one of the pyro ones, the ones with the burning. I believe that there is some turning into this, some cutting into it. But I believe that they just stained it to get this walnut look and to get the dark look on it. So again, I believe it's probably cedar. And you're right, Bill. Once you do sand them or get them, some folks can't you oil your cedar? I think you can oil your cedar and then it will pull out those fragrances, those odors as well. So again, the design on this I thought was very groovy. It's very boho kind of feeling by today's standards when you decorate. It also has that mod 1960s kind of feel. But the little bit that I was able to research, the label here on the back, use the 50s. All right, thank you so much. Well, then we hit a home run. We're right there with it. So again, there's no scratches. There's no major issues. There might be just a little lightning. Some of the stain might be a little lighter down here where I think folks would have put their fingers to open it up. So we're going to open it up again, show you guys the inside. It's very clean on the inside. There are no names at all anywhere on it, just the made in Poland. So looking for 21 or more. Let's go ahead and count it down. Kelly has the top bid. Thank you so much as I get this closed there. So we're looking for 21 or more. Let's count it down from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid in. They lacquered this almost. It almost looks like leather. They lacquered it so doggone.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
It looks like an old book, and that's what I thought it. You know,
it
the
does.
cover of it looks like an old book.
I just thought it's one of those great little boxes that you can just put on, put it on your hutch, put it and just use as jewelry or knickknacks or anything. Kelly, congratulations. It's coming to you. All right, Bill.
$16, Jason. And if anyone is interested, you will get the pair. I have this gorgeous pair of Hull water lily candle holders in such good condition. Only one little condition issue I will point out. It looks like it either wasn't, it looks like what happened in the manufacturing is there was like a little slice in the pottery there. It's not very big and it's not deep, but it didn't get any glaze on it. So there's no glaze on that part. But it is in this really gorgeous, you can see the lily pads in the background and the water lily on top. So this is a 1948 Hull pattern. And it is in the blue gradation to the green. This is the 25th piece in this series of 28 pieces. And these would have initially, as all the Hull candle holders, would have come with a console bowl in the middle. I do not have that console bowl today. But they're so cool. They're so nice. They look really great, obviously, as candle holders. And I was waiting to bring these. I was hoping Jason was going to bring his piece first, but we only have 2 rounds left. So I needed to get them out there. So really a beautiful, yeah. So Jason's is a little bit older. We'll talk about that later, but they're actually just a couple years separated. But they are really pretty, solid candle holders for you to bring out when you need them or for your spring or summer decor. But in one of the more desired patterns, the water lily pattern, is really desired. And many of you have probably heard me say this before, but in Roseville, water lily is one of the patterns I collect. But I don't collect Hull, although behind me over my head, there's a lot of Hull, but I don't collect it. It's just there. It's just sitting there for future purposes.
I love the muted. I love the powdery, the soft color of Hull pottery.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why it's super easy. At least, once you've seen a lot of pottery, the 3 big companies that did sort of these florals are Hull, Weller, and Roseville. And with a little bit of training of your eye, from across the room, you can tell which one is which. But all 3 of those companies did multiple lines. Like all 3 companies have a water lily. All 3 of them do. But you can tell them apart really easily. And you're right, Jason, with Hull, you can always tell with the gradation of the pastels. They just do it so well. And we'll see it in a piece that Jason has too, just how nicely they do it. So thank you for your bids on this gorgeous set. I'm just going to take the candles out. These are emergency candles. I took them out of my emergency candle set. They're actually labeled emergency candles because I don't have any other candles. So thank you all for your bids. I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown. No, I don't collect Pyrex. I just have a lot of it. I'll start that countdown. We're looking for 17 or more. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. And just a reminder to everyone, if you weren't here earlier, we all have a very accelerated invoicing schedule this week. So if you want us to get your items in the mail this week, we need to get everything to the post office by Wednesday. Yes. So we will be invoicing tonight and tomorrow morning. And if we do have a paid invoice before the morning on Wednesday, we will be able to get it in the mail. Then we will all be gone for a few days, and we won't be back until next week from the big antique show that we're going to. So with that little PSA, it looks like Snowy Owl Goods had an 18, but Janet came in with a 20. So Janet, congratulations. These are yours for 20.
They're amazing. All right, Amy.
All right. 24, Jason.
All right.
All right. I do have a harder to come by deer figurine. This is another piece that's coming out of my personal collection. He actually hung out with that Viking charcoal vase. I'm changing up the decor and I'm parting with him. So he is a Brad Keeler. You can see the foil label right there in the center. Brad Keeler is a 1940s made in California ceramics and pottery designer, and somewhat harder to come by, but very high quality figurines here. I did have some other ones of these. I did sell them last year. This was a duplicate, so I decided to keep this one around a little bit. And for whatever reason, Brad Keeler decided, like, you know what, my foil label is going to be front and center right here in the middle. Pretty much all of the figurines that he put out, the foil labels are right there front and center, not on the bottom. But he also stamps and numbers all of his pieces. And these are very, very collectible and harder to come by without any damage. There's no damage to this piece. There is some crazing, but there's no chips or repairs to the fawn. Lovely, lovely. And if you look up Brad Keeler ceramics, you can see some of the other animals. He did flamingos. He did some other larger planter pieces. Always good movement and detail in the pieces. I'm going to try and get deer to focus for you, but really, really nice painting details. I like the planters as well. I also own a couple of the Brad Keeler planters. The flamingo pieces, I'm pretty sure Jeffrey has a couple of them. I have spied in his home of the flamingos, but I'm sure that they're a little bit easier to come by in Florida.
Very realistic, Amy. The way they do the airbrushing
These
effect.
are definitely not kitschy figurines. They're definitely painted to resemble actual wildlife. And there are some little spots that are painted on there. There's no cold paint on this piece. It is fully glazed over. Again, there's no chips or repairs or anything. Very, very lovely. So measurement on this is 4 by 3.5. 4 by 3.5. That is the size there. And there's at least 10 different deer figurines plus 3 different stylized planters that match the deer line. There's elephants. There's like zoo animals. There's other kind of forest critters as well, and lots of birds, lots of different kinds of birds as well. But I don't see any interest. That's all right. I will bring him back at the recap. Hello, Renee. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right.
All right. We'll account for that lag for a minute. All right. $18. Bill brought his piece of haul. I'm going to bring my piece of haul. And you know what I like about this pottery is that you can mix and match. So I think this would complement Bill's. What, Bill? I felt like I
was just getting close.
I feel like it would match Bill's candlesticks really well. So this one is from 1946, and this pattern is called Wildflower. So again, I know that it came in a couple different colorways. This one is the pale yellow that fades into pink. And Bill, you said it goes from blue into pink as well?
Blue into green.
Blue into green. Okay. And there's no chips or cracks. And they call this the double-handled vase or double-handled urn, I've heard some people call it. It is signed Hall on the bottom. I always feel so odd selling pottery when I'm with Bill because I feel like he does such a better job describing it than I do. So I always feel like I need to let him do it, but I'll do it. So I think it looks really nice with his candlesticks. It measures 8.5 inches tall by about 6 inches wide. The couple times when I've had this for sale at the shop, these handles are always prone to getting damaged. There's no damage at all to it. There's no weirdness. I do believe it was used at one time. There is some faint crazing to it, but nothing major. It's a very nice vase. I think it would look good all year round. Like Bill said, even with his candlesticks, I think it would be great in your summer or your spring decor. but I think with the color tone of the buttery yellow with those muted greens and that pink, I still think you could get away with it in your fall decor. So I just love Hall pottery. Again, I love the way it feels. I love the way it's sculpted here on the top. It almost looks like a heart in essence. And I think they had other sizes in this vase as well, because I recall one time seeing the same kind of sculpt, but it was a little larger. Was that right, Bill? This is the 6.5 one. So that's the 6.5 one. I think, don't they have a larger one? I thought they.
Not in this exact. Very similar. There are 32.
Okay.
There are 32 wildflower vases.
Okay. Gotcha. I feel like it's getting blown out. So let me see if we can put some black behind it. There we go. Now you guys can get the feel for the yellow on the top. Again, there's no chips, there's no cracks, there's no weird issues to it at all. Again, some 1940s pottery at its best. I just think it's even great all year round. Thank you, Dawn. I see you're 18. I'll highlight you in a second. Again, if you had Bill's candlesticks, or even if you had the candlesticks to this, I think you can mix and match, and I think it looks really good together. Some of the later pieces by Hall that had a heavier glaze to it, sometimes they don't always marry well together, but I think these softer, muted, more matte style glazes look good together. I just want to get in. A lot of times our cameras on this matte finish doesn't show the details. So you can see the gorgeous butter yellow right here on the flower. There is the softer white, and then there is the pinks. So we'll go ahead and count this down. Again, it measures 8.5 inches tall. It is the double-handled vase made by Hall Pottery, and it is the pattern Wildflower from 1946. And spoiler alert, Bill told me it was from 1946. So thank you, Bill. So we'll count it down, looking for 19 or more. We are doing just in case for active bidders. So we'll go 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. And again, with some of these patterns, they do not repeat. So you get two different looks for one. So you do have, quote, like a back and a front. But if you like this side a little bit better, you can use that side. So Snowy Owl Goods, I see you in for 20. Thank you so much. Right before the bid end. All right. So it looks like it's going to Snowy Owl Goods. Snowy Owl Goods, I don't know if we've worked together before. I don't recognize you, but that's my email right there. Congratulations on your first purchase from us. Congrats. If you can just email me your information, we'll be invoicing like Bill said tomorrow. So look for that invoice tomorrow. But that's my email. Just send me that information and we'll get you invoiced. Thank you so much for your first purchase from Mother Tuckers. Thank you.
Okay, this is the last round before our recap. And Philomena earlier mentioned the word Deer-mageddon, and I think that's appropriate for tonight because I also brought a deer because we're supposed to bring a deer. And I'm going to start this little guide off at just $10 if anyone's interested. This also was unveiled yesterday as I was unpacking that box from my trip to the antique store in Pennsylvania. It's been wrapped up for the last month. And it was one of the things, well, I didn't really remember anything I got, but this is one thing that surprised me. But then I remembered I pretty much pick up every ceramic deer when I find them now, because, it's what we have to do when we're selling with our buddy Amy. So this is gorgeous. It is very stylized. I just love, I love the
deer. I didn't bring any deer tonight.
Oh, Jason, you didn't need to tell us all that. That was apparent.
I know. I'm sorry. But I did bring a pixie. I brought a pixie and a gnome. Doesn't that count?
Bill. He did.
I tried.
Did he? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, look at him throwing shade. Look at Bill throwing the shade. Okay. All right.
So what I was going to say is I just love I love the legs on this particular deer. They're like very stylized and I think sort of like delicate. But it is a sturdy piece of ceramic pottery. It's nice and thick. You can actually see the thickness there. I do not know the manufacturer, Amy.
I don't either.
Yeah, but in really great condition. No condition issues, no chips or cracks, just a little bit of crazing, not a lot at all. But that face is just really interesting to me. I think this would be something really fun to tuck into a Christmas
I would
display.
suspect he's probably a California pottery, though.
Yeah, I was thinking some USA pottery company. And let me just give you the size before we move on. 4.5 inches tall. So just a nice little critter to stick into your display, to give as a gift, to stick into your Christmas.
Fulfill your contract commitments. Amy, I'll be bringing all my pottery to our sales. I got a feeling Bill's mad at me because I brought pottery to sell with him.
I don't own pottery. And you brought pixies too.
I did. Well, I'm allowed to bring. I have to bring pixies
and a planter.
Well, I'm allowed to bring. Oh, I got to bring a planter with you. But Amy,
I think we need to go over the agreements on the contracts that we have going on.
We may need to revise it. Yes.
Revise, yeah.
Maybe. All right. Are we recapping that, Bill?
Sure.
Okay. All right, Amy.
Okay. All right. My last item's going to start at 18 tonight. All right, Amy. And I have a big, this is the big one. A big teal deer. It is showing a little bit more lighter blue, but I assure you it is robin's egg, teal, turquoise glaze here. And so this is a large deer planter. It is made by Shawnee, and they did do these in a couple different sizes, lots of different glaze colors in this. I love the tail, the way that they designed the tail on these, nice and chunky. Now I will say that there is a little bit of calcification. I was able to get some of it off. But there is just a little bit of calcification, which does indicate that there probably was a plant in here at one point in time. But I do like that they did not continue the planter down into the legs. Sometimes we see that with planters like this, that the legs are hollow and then the dirt gets all in the crevasses and it's very hard to clean. But they did not mold the legs into the planter, which I appreciate. There's no chips on this piece. There is a little bit of crazing. I like the mouth on him, Kim. It's like he's singing. He's a singing deer. But he is turquoise. And I will say, like, there's a little bit of spotting in the glaze down here. I don't think it got quite as thick there on the belly as it did on most of the other pieces. But he is great. I love this color for the fall to mix with like kind of rusty browns and that kind of gold color, like that goldenrod color. I love those three colorways together for the fall. He could definitely work really good into the Christmas season as well. I have used this particular planter before to stick some mercury glass sprays out of the back of him to make him a little bit more Christmassy. You could hang some greenery around his neck. Really, really good. I love him. So he is the larger size. They did make another smaller size of this guy. So he does measure 9 inches tall to the top of his ears and 7.5 inches wide. Yeah. I like him.
See, I could see this used, especially if you wanted to use it for jewelry. Like you could hang your necklaces from his ears and from his tail. I think it'd be a nice piece. You could also
probably use him by the sink and put your jewelry on him. You could stick your little scrubby, your little dish scrubby in there too. I have lots of uses.
Guacamole.
Ooh, I don't know about guacamole in there, Bill. It'd be hard to get a chip down
cheese
in there.
curds.
That'd be
ram that deer full of cheese curds.
We just want to eat the cheese curds. We don't really want to work that hard for them, I don't think. All right, but I'm not seeing any interest in Mr. Deer. That's all right. We'll bring him back for the recap.
If he doesn't sell, Amy, we'll use him as our donut holder. We can use those little mini donuts in Springfield and hook them on his ear and stuff. And
okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you have a plan.
Yeah.
And that's half the job. So, guys, thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. If you are not subscribed to Bill, Garden Guy Bill, or Amy and ENAMOR Amie, their links are right down below. Please subscribe to both of their channels. And Karen, thank you so much. Please follow Karen's husband, Grady Grupo Vintage Recordings. Karen, if you could put his link in there, we'd appreciate it. We want to get him up to 800 as soon as possible. So thank you guys so much. I swear this is it. This is all I have left of figural flower frogs for now. So $12 choice. This one is your first choice, this cute little chirp, chirp bird. It is actually marked Japan on the inside. I always say this, they have a feel of the Majolica. So they have that Majolica feel, which is that watered down, painted kind of feel but these are made in Japan. So this little fella here, he has a total of 6 holes. I did learn this year that when it comes to flower frogs, that is a big, big deal, the number of holes that they have. So he has no chips. He has no cracks. You would think that maybe the beak would get a chip on it or the tail feather. He is a unique color, and I think he'd look good in your fall. So he has like a mustard tone. He has a chartreuse color. He has some burgundy tones, and then he has this very almost emerald green and seafoam green color here on the bottom. So again, a gorgeous piece. This is small enough that it could go into a larger planter definitely and be used for that purpose. So there's the inside. You can see a little bit of crazing on the inside. It is made in Japan, and he measures about 4 inches tall by 3 inches wide. So 4 by 3, that's your first choice. And again, he's got 6 little holes on him. This one I still believe is Japan, although it's not marked. So this one has gorgeous like periwinkle and cobalt and black details on it. This one is a little taller than the first one. This one has 8 holes. This one has 8 holes. But what's great about these is that not only are they versatile and usable as your flower frogs, they make great just overall figurines. So he measures 5 inches tall by 3 inches across. And again, no chips or cracks. Now, this guy does have some crazing, which I think does give it a good aesthetic feel to it. Especially you would think that some of these extremities here would be chipped or damaged, but there is none. And I think this guy here also has some great colors for your fall decor. I think if you mixed him in with some different, autumn leaf colors, if you put some leaves around, and you can also use these to put hat pins in, smaller ones, and really dress them up. So Aunt Kiki, thank you. I see you in at 12. So we're looking for 13 or more. And again, we'll show you the great details on him. I believe he would be like a parrot. I think he might be a little parakeet style bird. They did great details there on the breast. It kind of does look like faux feathers. And again, we'll just spin it around, and there are a total of 8 little holes in there. Should be marked Japan, but I don't see it anywhere. And it came from that whole collection that I've been selling. So it was all the same era. And then this was your first little one. This little, this one almost looks like, what do I want to think? This would be like a little, not a parakeet. It would just be like your little. Yes, thank you, Amy. It's like you went right in my head and pulled that out. Thank you so much. So again, very good condition. You can see all the different colors, and it is painted up in the style of like a Majolica kind of feel. So we're going to keep it moving and count it down. And Kiki is in right now at 12. Again, it is on choice. You can see one is larger, one smaller. We're looking for 13 or more. We are doing just in case for active bidders. So let's count it down, 13 or more from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. I think they do kind of look well together. And I like the fact that if you had them both, you could use them in different vessels. If you needed to get it up a little higher, you could use this one, and this one will look good in a shallow little vessel as well. So there's the bid end. So Aunt Kiki, let me know. We'll just make it easy. This one we'll call small. So that one is going to be small. And then this one's going to be large. And you can take 1 or 2 at your bid of 12. This one is the large one. And that one is the small one. And I will watch the comments to see which one are ones you want. And gang, I think we did it. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think we just have a little bit of a recap, guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. It was a really fun night here. Smaller one. You got it, Aunt Kiki. We'll bring that other one back in a few moments. Bill, do you mind explaining to the gang how the recap's going to work real quick?
Yeah, it's super simple. So we're going to show you anything that wasn't claimed earlier. We're going to tell you what the start price is, describe it real briefly, tell you any condition issues. And if you're interested, you can just type your bid down in the chat. If you are the only bid that comes in, the claim is yours. If another bid comes in a reasonable amount of time, we will start a countdown, and Karen Gillette will remain our bid ender during this period. So thank you, Karen. So maybe you needed some time to think about it, or you changed your mind, or you weren't here earlier. I don't think we have a ton of things, though.
Nope, we'll get us moved around here. And Bill, we'll put you up first. You did have a recap, right, sir?
Yeah, but we just saw it. So if anyone was interested in the little ceramic deer of unknown origin, he or she is just $10. No condition issues, just a cute little ceramic deer.
All right. Amy, did you have a recap?
Yes, sir. I did.
All right.
All right. I have deer as well.
It's deer.
I had the 1940s Brad Keeler deer figurine, no chips or repairs to him. He does have some crazing present, again, from the 1940s. A little bit harder to find figurine here. Was looking for 24 on him. So if you're interested, you can type in fawn 24. Okay. Fawn 24. And then I had the teal deer planter that you just saw. So there's just a little bit of calcification on the interior of the planter. There is a little bit of crazing on the glaze here. No chips or repairs on this piece. It's a larger one, measures 9 inches tall. So I was looking for 18 on that. If you're interested in him, you can type in planter 18. And that was all I had. Thank you, guys.
All right. I had 2 of my medicine bottles left over. These are from the 1930s. They are actually made, or should I say they were bottled by the McCormick, which is the spice company that made all of our spices. And then this was branded the Reliable brand. So I had this one right here. Then I had the smaller one. I thought both of these would be great if you guys collected medicine bottles or for your Halloween, especially this one. Looks like it's got, the medicine looks like blood drops in there. So Amy, help a brother out here. How do you say that again?
Mercurochrome.
Thank you so much. And then we got the glycerin right here. The glycerin, ooh, scary glycerin. Both of these would be scary for Halloween decor. They were $10 choice. So if you're interested in either one of these are from the 1930s. This one, you would just put $10. It will make it easy. $10 small, $10 small for that, or $10 large for that. And again, these are a little harder to find. Janet, I see you for 10. Thank you so much. Just let me know which one or ones you want. Let me know if you want the small one or if you want the tall one, and you can take them both if you want them both. We'll just wait a moment here and see what Janet says. Let me know if you want the small one or the large one, and you can definitely have them both at $10 each, Janet. I do think they kind of look well together. So we'll just watch the check. Got you for the small one. All right.
I'm sorry, Jason. The chat has reminded me that I did have another item.
Okay,
if anyone was interested, I had that gorgeous Vesta vase in the matte green. It's McCoy. It's not Polish pottery. It's American pottery by McCoy. So if anyone was interested, this was $22.
That's a gorgeous piece. That would be a good way to start your McCoy collection with something like that. So, and then again, this one's
McCoy collection. People with McCoy collections don't have this.
This is true. This is true. So that one was $10. If anybody was interested in that, just put in medicine bottle, $10. And then just for the heck of it, we'll show it one more time because the little fella needs a home. This was my last figural flower frog, and he was $12, made in Japan. And it has 8 different holes in it, 8 different holes in it. There is a little bit of crazing on him, and he has great details with the cobalt coloring, some black, and like a periwinkle. So, and he even has kind of like a burgundy there to the beak. So burgundy to the beak. So thank you so much. I got you, Robin, for that. Thank you so much. We're just going to write that down. Congrats, Robin. And I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you guys so much for a really incredible sale. Karen Gillette, thank you so much for being our mod and bid ender. Again, we couldn't do it without you guys. Even Deanna, who is our backup, and even when Holly's in the chat, she's our backup as well. Gang, if you are not subscribed to my 2 friends on the screen, please make sure you are subscribed to, what did I miss? Easy thing. Oh, yeah. I got you. So please make sure you're subscribed to ENAMOR Amie's channel and Garden Guy Bill's channel. Their links are down below. Now, gang, I'm just putting this out there. You got to make sure you're subscribed to everybody on the screen because we are about to head out to Springfield. There's going to be all sorts of content that's going to be dropped, whether it be videos or over on our Instagram. So if by chance you guys have an Instagram and you are not following us, please do that because all those links are down below. You're not going to want to miss the things we're going to find, the things we're going to do.
There's
and
going
all
to be
that.
a lot of mischief.
Oh, there probably is. There probably is. So another caveat, gang, we are heading out of town, all three of us. So we are all going to start invoicing tonight through tomorrow. I'll probably be the last one you get, which will be the afternoon. We're asking that if you guys could please pay those invoices before 8 a.m. on Wednesday, because that'll still give us an opportunity to get it shipped. So with it being Monday night, we're going to do it all tomorrow on Tuesday, get you invoiced and packaged up, and then we'd like to get it all shipped Wednesday. Amy said by about noon on Wednesday for her, me and Bill at 8 a.m. because we're going to hit the post office before we leave. So if you guys don't, then they're going to wait a week until they can get out to you. So with all that said, Amy, when can they see you again?
Well, Dee said to keep an eye on you two. I mean, I will try my best, Dee, but you know, they get into trouble, both of them together.
We're kind of hard to miss, though.
We are. So if you see us, make sure you say hello to all three of us if you're out there.
Now, if you guys run into me, well, if you're coming to Springfield, I have a free sticker for you. So come say hi.
Right.
And I would love to meet you guys. I love that. We ran into a big group of people in May, and we ran into a big group of people last September too. So that was super fun. So if you're coming and you see us, say hi. Say hi, introduce yourself. It's super fun to meet you guys in person. All right. So we don't have an episode of Fantastic Finds this week. We will both be off and traveling. So I will be back next Wednesday for Fantastic Finds right here on Mother Tucker's at 8 p.m. Eastern, probably with a lot of goodies that I find in Springfield.
Yes. So, Bill, where are you going to be at next?
Well, Jason and I will be back next Monday at this time with a to-be-determined event.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
Yes. We're working out the details. So I think we haven't talked to Amy. I think Amy might be part of it if she is up for it. So
whatever.
We got some things in the works. So make sure you're following all of us. Those notifications are on, because at some point between now and next Monday, we will drop those promos and clue you guys in on what's going on next Monday on Mother Tucker's Monday, Marvelous Mother Tucker's Monday with Garden Guy Bill and myself and maybe Amy and maybe some other folks. So guys, have a really good week. Also, the pop-up for Saturday, me and Rochelle will be taking Saturday off, but we'll be back the following Saturday. So you guys have a great week. We'll see you guys in the chats. We'll see you guys over on Instagram, and we'll be back next Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Until then, guys, have a great night. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye,
Thank you.